Chapter 3504. The Eternal Universe was also in chaos. Hall of Iron Blood, Nether Church, and Tion family joined forces to deal a heavy blow to the Holy See, making everyone surprised. The Holy See suffered heavy losses and immediately reduced the area of control. Of the 3 large mansions in their hands, they lost another 2. The huge influence of the Holy See was quickly suppressed. It could be said that the Holy See was completely defeated in every aspect. Basically, every mansion was in turmoil. In the entire Eternal Universe, other than the Yuan continent, there was no other peaceful place. The Yuan continent is safe. Let's go to the Yuan continent. Prefecture Master Lin Fei, whom even the #1 sect leader wasn't a match for, is there. Once we go to the Yuan continent, we will be much safer. At least they won't dare to encircle us anymore. Under the chaos, many organizations moved to the Yuan continent. In the blink of an eye, the most backward and unremarkable Yuan continent had become the place everyone yearned for. After the Holy See lost their last mansion, the people in the last mansion were in a panic. Afraid of losing it again, everyone began to flee. With the first wave of people fleeing, a second wave appeared immediately, which stimulated many people to flee to the Yuan continent. Everyone knew that they could only be safe and sound in the Yuan continent. For a time, the population of the Yuan continent skyrocketed. Lin Fei was also the first to know about this. As for those who fled to the Yuan continent, Lin Fei didn't stop them. Instead, he arranged for people to guard the border. If anyone chased after them, they would block them. In fact, Lin Fei's worry was unnecessary. Ever since that battle, who dared to look down on the Yuan continent's Lin Fei? A few Cosmos battleships also became terrifying war weapons. If they weren't controlled by Cosmos gods and could threaten the safety of Cosmos gods, who would dare to come? The Holy See is being suppressed. After the Holy See was ambushed, they chose to hide. Hall of Iron Blood and the other 2 organizations expanded their influence, absorbing and digesting. A large-scale battle didn't happen at all. At most, it was a small-scale battle. Lin Fei knew that a war wouldn't happen in a short period of time. If a war really broke out, it would probably take a few decades. Lin Fei was quite disappointed. He had originally planned to do some quests, but now it seemed that it would be a little difficult. Ever since the Wheel of Fortune had been activated, the points and quest points he had obtained were not as many as he had expected. This made Lin Fei somewhat displeased. Am I going to grind in another universe? Lin Fei frowned. He had not left earlier because the Eternal Universe was going to fight. However, the current situation was somewhat unexpected. Let's wait another 10 years and see. Lin Fei decided. If there was still no progress in the Eternal Universe, then he would go to the Eternal Universe. Perhaps there would be a chance to earn points and quest points. 10 years had passed in the blink of an eye. A large-scale invasion never took place. On the other hand, the Holy See's territories were taken over again. The Holy See did not put up much resistance, as if they had given up. The first hierarch did not appear either. This situation was out of many people's expectations. The Holy See's resistance was weak, but it only served to fuel the 3 rebel forces' arrogance. They surrounded the Holy See in a triangle formation. In everyone's opinion, they were slowly swallowing the Holy See, just like boiling a frog in warm water. The Holy See still had its foundation. The 3 rebel forces did not dare to attack it head-on. Just the eternal divine seal alone was enough to make everyone wary. By boiling the frog in warm water, Shui-Ing would gradually weaken the power of the Holy See. By then, it was not impossible for him to take down the Holy See. Even if he had to spend a few decades or 100 years, it would be a flick of the finger to a Cosmos god. Lin Fei did not see any exciting battles. In the past 10 years, a large number of people had entered the Yuan continent, and the overall strength of the continent had increased rapidly. The current Yuan continent was not inferior to the other large prefectures in terms of strength. It was even stronger. I'm going to travel the universe." Lin Fei had waited for 10 years and was quite disappointed. He decided to leave the eternal universe and travel outside. However, from the current situation, the Hall of Iron Blood still had a long way to go before they could take down the Holy See. Lin Fei was very relieved to leave at this time. Before they took over the Holy See, the Hall of Iron Blood would definitely not dare to touch the Yuan continent, even if it was the Cool Wind Hierarch and the Heavenly Fire Hierarch. They had to bear with this. Lin Fei did not need to worry about anything. He only needed to leave secretly. Even if he was not there, the Grade 3 Cosmos battleship was not weak. The last time it bombarded the Holy See, it did not use much energy. It did not feel any pressure to use it again. With the Cosmos battleship guarding, Lin Fei was very relieved. Unless it was an old man who had hung himself too many times, no one would dare to offend the Yuan continent. When Lin Fei was preparing to leave, one night, a person came to the sacred mountain and dispelled the idea of going to the universe. "Brother Fei, you really know how to find the time." Night. A person came to the sacred mountain and secretly met with Lin Fei. This person was Lin Fei's acquaintance, Unnatural, one of the special envoys of the Holy See. Using a treasure, he silently passed through the defense of the sacred mountain and came to Lin Fei's courtyard. Unnatural laughed bitterly. "Governor Lin, there's no other way. Now that the Holy See is being watched, we can't leave without being careful." Hearing how Lin Fei called him, Unnatural sighed. A few hundred years ago, Lin Fei had just risen, but a few hundred years later, he left the Holy See and became a big shot of the Holy See. What a sad thing. Unnatural could be said to have witnessed Lin Fei's growth with his own eyes. Actually, if you came one step later, I would have gone to travel the universe. To Unnatural, Lin Fei did not mind telling him his intention. Unnatural was shocked. "You're really daring to travel the universe at this time. No one would dare to have such thoughts. But thinking about it, this place of yours is like a tiger's den, with more than a dozen battleships. Who would dare to look down on you? Even Cosmos gods would have to stand aside. Isn't this because I have nothing to do?" Lin Fei said, "You want me to attack the Hall of Iron Veins, but they have never offended me before. Attack your Holy See? I'm not interested. Don't you think that these days are very boring?" Unnatural nodded. "The people of the Holy See said that you would take advantage of the situation, but now it seems that everyone was wrong. I really regret that the Holy See let you go back then." Thinking about this matter, Unnatural gritted his teeth. If Lin Fei was still here, with such power, the Holy See would not be in such a difficult situation and suffer such heavy losses. Now, thinking about it made him cry. The only good thing was that Lin Fei did not show too much disgust towards the Holy See. Unnatural knew that this trip was right and there might be a chance. "Governor Lin, I think you can put aside your thoughts of traveling the universe." Chapter 3505. With Unnatural's mysterious arrival, Lin Fei realized that he must be looking for him for something. In his opinion, the Vatican's special envoy's purpose for coming here should be very simple. It was to hope that he could help. Under the siege of the 3 rebel forces, although the Vatican was safe, they would definitely be in big trouble after a long time. If he could take the warships and attack them while they were unprepared, the Vatican would be able to solve the problem in the shortest time possible. "Brother Fei, if you want me to take the warships to help you attack them, I'm afraid I can't agree to this," Lin Fei said straightforwardly, not caring if the other party would be angry, unless the system issued a mission. Otherwise, Lin Fei wouldn't have made a move. Lin Fei thought that Unnatural would back off. But as he finished speaking, Lin Fei seemed to realize that the other party's purpose might not be this matter. Unnatural shook his head. "Governor Lin, you are mistaken. Although the Iron Blood Hall has surrounded the Vatican, it is not that easy to break through. Moreover, the Vatican is not that easy to break through." Lin Fei couldn't figure it out. I wonder if you have heard of the universe God source. Universe God source, what the hell? He, who had seen many secrets, was not very clear about this. It seems that you do not know. Unnatural said, "This time, I am here for the universe God source." Lin Fei was filled with doubts. This cosmos God source sounded like something really high and mighty. The universe God source is actually the most special place in every universe. Last time, it appeared in Universe 8. This time, it will appear in Universe 9. That is the origin ground of the universe. In the origin ground, all kinds of strange treasures will be born. Lin Fei listened very seriously. His heart was shaken as well. There were so many secrets in this universe. This time, when the origin ground appeared in Universe 9, do you know why the Iron Blood Hall and the others joined hands to deal a heavy blow to the Vatican? It is because the Vatican holds the key to the origin ground. Lin Fei was suddenly enlightened. So this was the case. Quite a few religious master experts of our Holy Church are heavily injured. We have also lost quite a few cosmos gods. This time, we came hoping for Governor Lin to work together with the Holy Church. The Unnatural said, "In the land of origin, there is a treasure left behind by the Vatican. I hope that Governor Lin can help us." Lin Fei finally understood the intention of the Hall of Iron Veins. It was no wonder that they would join hands. This was cutting off the power of the Church. "Big Brother Fei, do you really believe that I'll help you retrieve that treasure? If he retrieves the treasure and turns around to deal with me, my small body might not be able to withstand it." Lin Fei quipped. Unnatural shook his head. "Governor Lin, you don't have to worry about that. The Vatican will never do that. Moreover, as long as Governor Lin helps us, we will open the eternal mystery realm to you." The only thing in the eternal church that could interest Lin Fei was the eternal mystery realm. It seems that they've studied me. The eternal mystery realm was indeed something he cared about. The reputation he had refined could be used to exchange for higher grade techniques. Ding! Points mission issued. Help the Vatican retrieve the treasure. Reward: 200 points and 30 mission points. Upon failure, points and mission points will be deducted randomly. Lin Fei was speechless when the mission was announced. It wasn't easy for him to accumulate the mission points, yet they were deducted just like that. That was too cruel. 200 points and 30 quest points were not a small reward. I wonder how long the eternal mystery realm will be open to me for? Lin Fei asked. The Unnatural was prepared to be rejected. 100 years. Lin Fei had been to the eternal mystery realm before. He sneered inwardly when he heard the Unnatural's words. 100 years was a long time, but he needed to refine the eternal divine stones. You're not being honest. Lin Fei chuckled. The Unnatural's heart sank. The eternal mystery realm was a secret. Although the High Lord suspected Lin Fei and didn't think Lin Fei could enter, the eternal mystery realm had been open for 100 years. 100 years might sound like a long time, but only the High Lord and the High Lord knew what it meant. Now that Lin Fei said it out loud, Fei Tianqing's entire person became unnatural. Don't think I don't know that the eternal divine stones in the eternal mystery realm require time to refine and special assistance. What can you do in 100 years? Lin Fei shook his head. That's why I said the Vatican is insincere. The Unnatural's expression darkened. He hastily explained, Governor Lin, you've misunderstood. I was wrong. It's not 100 years, it's 1,000 years. Lin Fei wasn't that easy to fool. He had been to the eternal mystery realm. 1,000 years. Lin Fei looked at the Unnatural. That's not enough. When the Unnatural came, he knew that he wouldn't be able to fool Lin Fei, who asked the High Lord and the High Lord to give it a try. Now they had angered the High Lord. Governor Lin, we can talk about this. The Unnatural knew that the Vatican couldn't do anything. Without Lin Fei's help, it would be impossible to obtain that item in the origin ground. Now that the High Lord of the Immortal Sword was recovering, his strength had yet to recover. The Vatican really couldn't bring out any experts. If you want me to help, I can. Open a passage in the Holy Mountain for 10,000 years in the eternal mystery realm. Lin Fei said, if you fulfill this condition, I can help you once. 10,000 years was enough to get a lot of eternal divine stones. You're the ones who delivered yourself to me. Lin Fei would definitely not be courteous. As for what thoughts you have, that was another matter. 10,000 years. The unnatural inhaled a breath of cold air. Governor Lin, isn't this a little too long? Taking out the eternal mystery realm was something the Vatican decided after much consideration. 10,000 years? The other side might not agree to it. That's my request. Lin Fei said, an expert like me isn't that easy to invite. If I'm not wrong, there should be experts from other cosmoses coming to the 9th cosmos. The heart of the unnatural sank. Lin Fei had hit his soft spot. The origin ground was extraordinary. It had a mysterious origin and nobody knew how it formed. Every time it appeared, it would appear in a cosmos. The moment the origin ground appeared, it would incite a huge battle. The origin ground contained cosmos god origin that moved the hearts of many. There were even unique treasures that could allow deities to break through to the cosmos god realm. Nobody would let go of such a chance. This was a chance to improve their strength. How many superpowers would rise overnight, and how many would fall overnight? The origin ground would decide everything. I'll immediately contact the religious leader and the others. The unnatural couldn't make a decision. Sure, I'll come back later. Lin Fei left the room, leaving unnatural behind. Chapter 3506. When Lin Fei returned. Unnatural sat down and waited for Lin Fei. They seemed to have discussed this matter. Governor Lin, it's a pleasure to work with you. Unnatural stood up. He extended his hand. Even though 10,000 years was a long time, the Holy Church still chose to agree to it. This time, without Lin Fei, they would not have any chance at all. It's a pleasure to work with you. Lin Fei chuckled. 10,000 years could be used to grind for eternal godstones. To Lin Fei, this was not a bad piece of news. I want to know if that great religious master of our eternal cosmos was injured in the origin ground in the past. Lin Fei asked curiously. Unnatural was not surprised at all. If Lin Fei did not ask about this, he would have answered. The origin ground is different from ordinary places. The great religious master was indeed injured in the origin ground. Later on, our Holy Church will send over some information regarding the origin ground. I hope you can have a good look at it. Unnatural did not explain in detail. He simply mentioned it. Lin Fei did not plan to continue asking. It was fine as long as he knew that the great religious master was injured in the origin ground. Unnatural left. A few days later, a set of information was sent to the sacred mountain. It landed in the hands of Lin Fei. That Unnatural did not come. The information regarding the origin ground was thick. After reading through it, Lin Fei could not help but feel a certain amount of pressure. This place was indeed extraordinary. From the recorded information, these were brought over by cosmos gods. Only cosmos gods could enter that place, and they had to be true cosmos gods. Pseudo-cosmos gods would undoubtedly die if they entered. Within the origin ground, there would be all sorts of treasures. These treasures had heaven-defying effects. They could help others break through to the cosmos god level and could directly avoid the danger of undergoing tribulation. There were even treasures that could allow cosmos gods to break through to a higher level. Every time the origin ground appeared, the competition would be intense. Even the great religious master was heavily injured. Until now, there were no traces of her appearing. The pressure from this competition isn't small. Lin Fei chuckled. I need to upgrade my skills as well. Lin Fei thought, although I have grasped 9 skills, the later ones are all at the basic level. Putting everything else aside, it is necessary to raise them to the advanced level. His original plan to travel the universe was temporarily put aside with this matter. Lin Fei didn't want to miss out on such an interesting place. No matter what, he had to go in and take a look. Subconsciously, he believed that the system would definitely give him a quest in the origin land. It's time to accept quests and farm reputation and skill points. All these years, Lin Fei hadn't really farmed it. With the appearance of the origin grounds, he had to get busy. Star River Prefecture. This was the place that the Iron Veins Hall was in charge of. Baishu was the faction master of the Divine Knife sect, and he was previously a member of the church. When the Iron Blood Hall came to recruit him, he immediately joined them. As the influence of the Iron Blood Hall continued to expand, his position as the sect master had also risen along with it, far surpassing what it had been in the past. Baishu now controlled a large city, which was something he didn't have before. He could be said to be a local tyrant. Once the Iron Blood Hall broke through the church in the future, he might have the chance to control a large prefecture. In his own prefecture, Baishu enjoyed the singing and dancing, drinking wine in big mouthfuls. Compliments were all around him, and he felt extremely good. "You are Baishu." A figure quietly appeared in the main hall of the city lord's mansion. The people who were enjoying the singing and dancing stopped. "Who are you?" Baishu's expression darkened, and he pointed with his finger. "Take this guy down." "Looks like you are Baishu." "That's right." This person threw out a punch, and Baishu took out his treasure. His face instantly turned pale, and he fell powerlessly, no longer breathing. "He is Yuan de Continent's Prefecture Master Lin Fei." After the person left, someone suddenly exclaimed, "The terrifying Prefecture Master Lin Fei actually killed the White Void City Master with a single punch." Starting from the White Void City Master, Lin Fei began his hunting operation. As for why he had to kill the City Master, it was stated in the mission. The specific crime was betraying the church. This reason made Lin Fei speechless. System, do you have to be so shameless? Those who were not in the know might think that he had gone to help the church. It's a pity that Lin Fei had no choice but to go. Reputation and skill points were necessary to upgrade his techniques. Lin Fei gritted his teeth and went. The moment Lin Fei acted, the city masters in the region of the Iron Blood Hall started panicking. That year, Lin Fei had wiped out all the strongholds in a domineering manner. Everyone remembered it clearly, especially after Lin Fei killed those city masters. These city masters sent experts over to protect them. The arrays could be activated at any moment, yet they could not resist against Lin Fei. No matter how well they prepared, they were killed in a single move. Even with the protection of Cosmos gods, the outcome was the same. The other party could not stop Lin Fei at all. They could only watch as he left. There was nothing more infuriating than this. For a moment, the city masters in the prefecture controlled by the Iron Blood Hall felt unnatural. Everyone could not understand what was going on. The headquarters of the Iron Blood Hall. One by one, the city lords who had sought refuge with them came to the main camp to seek refuge. Many city masters were on tenterhooks. Who knows what that Lin Fei is planning to do? We're not finding trouble with the Yuan Great Continent. Yet that fellow actually killed the city masters. He must be crazy. It can't be that Lin Fei is working together with the church, right? Who knows? I don't even dare to return now. That Lin Fei is too frightening. Even the arrays could not stop him. All the city masters were panicking. They had never been so afraid of a person before. The headquarters of the Iron Blood Hall was filled with experts. That was also the reason why they chose to hide here. Lin Fei would not dare to kill his way here, right? Even though that was what they thought, thinking about what kind of person Lin Fei was, they still felt insecure. But other than this place, they could not find any other safe place. That Lin Fei was too frightening. The higher-ups of the Iron Blood Hall were furious over this matter. They were naturally clear about Lin Fei from the Yuan Great Continent. Ever since they knew the other party, he did not have any free time. When he was the prefecture master of the Yuan Great Continent, he would exterminate the strongholds and offend many people. In the end, he was safe and sound. After that, he went to do good deeds and offended many people. And now he came out to kill their city masters. Wasn't this directed at them? Subduing a city master was not an easy matter. Yet he came over and killed a bunch of city masters. Wasn't this causing chaos in the territory they controlled? I think this matter is definitely related to the church. The church must have asked Lin Fei to do it. After all, he was an elder of the church in the past. Lin Fei is insatiable. Why don't we send troops to attack the Yuan Great Continent and let him know what's good for him? That way, he won't come looking for trouble for us. The higher-ups of the Iron Blood Hall wanted to flex their muscles. Listening to the discussion of the higher-ups, the sect master, a muscular man, frowned. He also felt that this matter was strange. Chapter 3507, Iron Blood Hall Headquarters. This was known as the place with the most experts. At this moment, as a person entered, they began panicking. The name of a person was like the shadow of a tree. Lin Fei was no different from the great demon king in the eternal cosmos. Even now, many people hated this master. In the past, they had suffered a huge loss in those matters. Due to Lin Fei's identity and status, they did not dare to take revenge. Only after Lin Fei was sacrificed by the Holy Church to form a good relationship with the astral race did Lin Fei snatch the battleship of the astral race, greatly improving his strength. Later on, he bombarded the Holy Church, breaking all their plans. Hurry up and run. The great demon king is here. Damn, how did he enter? The city masters were fleeing in panic. They did not dare believe that the prefecture master Lin Fei of the great Yuan continent would kill his way here. Unless he wanted to shed all pretense of cordiality with the Iron Blood Hall, when Lin Fei appeared, they immediately collapsed. Lin Fei charged his way through, killing with a single punch. Those who could become city masters were not very strong. They were at most at the pseudo-cosmos god realm. A single punch was sufficient. This punch contained absolute power and heavy injuries. Even cosmos gods could not resist against it, much less these city masters. One could see many city masters falling down. Almost all of them seemed uninjured on the surface, yet they were heavily injured internally. It is fortunate that all of you are here. Otherwise, this mission would not be easy to complete. Lin Fei chuckled inwardly. To him, once he accepted the mission, no matter who it was, they would not be able to escape. Even if he did not deal with them now, he would have to do so sooner or later. It did not make any difference to him. He could only blame the system since this was a random mission issued by the system. In the blink of an eye, most of the city masters hiding here were killed. None of them could withstand a single move from Lin Fei. Lin Fei, who gave you the courage to kill people in this Iron Blood Hall. A stream of light rushed out. Accompanying it was a sky-piercing aura. Amidst the stream of light, someone punched out. Hua hua hua. With one punch, the area where Lin Fei was collapsed on the spot. After the space collapsed, a huge force surged forth and crashed into Lin Fei's body like a tidal wave, breaking through his defenses. It's the bloody battle. Great, Lin Fei won't dare to be presumptuous anymore. This is the headquarters of the Iron Blood Hall. Since Lin Fei is here, he won't have to leave. The city lords who were lucky enough to survive heaved a long sigh of relief. Shuizhan was the leader of the Iron Veins Hall. He was incredibly strong, at least at the 8th level Cosmos God Realm. If I want to kill someone, no one can stop me. The moment Lin Fei's defenses crumbled, he teleported to the city lord's side and punched him in the head. Another city lord had been killed. The one who acted against Lin Fei was none other than Shuizhan from the Iron Blood Hall. He was also the #1 expert and a powerful 9th level Cosmos God. Lin Fei came to bully them, and Xuezhan was infuriated. Their Iron Blood Hall did not find trouble with Lin Fei. Instead, the other party took the initiative to kill so many city lords. Xuezhan was definitely here to create trouble for them. Iron Blood Prison. Xuezhan's fist could not threaten Lin Fei. He had expected that this divine sword religious master who could injure the first religious master would be relatively strong. A huge blood-colored cage descended from the sky. Aren't you good at hiding? I'll use the blood prison to trap you first. With this thought in mind, the Iron Blood prison appeared. This was a treasure of the Iron Blood Hall. It could seal space, preventing anyone from escaping. Regardless of what teleportation treasure was used, it could not be executed. The Iron Blood Hall, Nether Religion, and the other two worked together to create this Iron Blood Prison. Using this to entertain Lin Fei showed how much Xuezhan valued Lin Fei. The moment the Iron Blood Prison appeared, it turned into a huge castle. Lin Fei was immediately trapped within. Many experts walked out from the blood-colored castle. Quite a formidable treasure. It even left behind a supreme will. Lin Fei was inwardly startled at the foundation of the Iron Blood Hall. This treasure was indeed amazing. Other than the eternal divine seal, this treasure was considered tyrannical. The experts formed from the will worked together to attack. Many attacks infused with the will became extremely terrifying. Lin Fei chuckled as he executed his unlimited movement. This technique was different from martial arts. He easily disregarded the Iron Blood Prison, causing all the willpower attacks to miss. Sword extinction. At the moment when Lin Fei came out, a supreme sword intent pierced into the body of Lin Fei. Hong hong hong. Some powerful experts executed their supreme sword intent attacks. Die. Xuezhan took the opportunity to attack. His spiraling attack turned into a fist shadow. The fist intent rushed into the sky and broke through many layers of defenses. At this moment, Xuezhan was wearing a pair of gloves that emitted a terrifying and dangerous aura. It was his treasure, Iron Blood Gloves. It could amplify an attack by 3 times and was a top-notch treasure. Under the pincer attack, Lin Fei's figure disappeared. A city master was punched in the head. Cough, cough, cough. Xuezhan broke through many layers of defenses. His body trembled as a huge force landed on his body like a tidal wave. This is damage transference. Xuezhan's expression sunk. He could not believe that Xuezhan grasped such an absolute art. Lin Fei killed a city master with a punch. He immediately changed his figure. Since I dared to act against the Holy Church, I naturally disdain the Holy Church. If your Iron Blood Hall continues protecting these city masters, I don't mind carrying out a beheading operation. As Xuezhan moved, the remaining city masters were killed one after another. This level 9 Cosmos God, Xuezhan did not act again. He could not defeat Lin Fei with this technique of damage transference. Lin Fei was too strong. Our Iron Blood Hall will remember this matter. Xuezhan stared at Lin Fei. This was the first time he met someone he could not do anything to. After killing the final city master, the mission of this region was completed. Even though he did not have many skill and reputation points, the meat of a mosquito was still meat. I welcome everyone to take revenge. Lin Fei waved his hand before disappearing from the base of the Iron Blood Hall. There was only the smell of blood lingering in the air. Damn! Xuezhan gritted his teeth. Where did this Lin Fei learn these secret techniques from? Xuezhan's eyes turned scarlet. These are secret techniques that only those from the first cosmos could grasp. We have truly underestimated this Lin Fei. An old man walked out. At that moment when he appeared, his sword intent wreaked havoc. It felt as if this wasn't a person, but a sword, a sharp sword. This is the first time the Iron Blood Prison lost its effect against the enemy. Even the Cosmos God seal of the Holy Church is helpless against the other party. The old man said, "Half of the power of this old man's sword and tent has been transferred to this old man, allowing me to catch him unprepared. Unless we buy a high-grade technological armor, otherwise, it is impossible for us to capture Lin Fei." Chapter 3508. The news of Iron Blood Hall being visited by Palace Master Lin Fei of Yuan Great Continent spread quickly. As for how the news spread, no one knew. After the people of the Eternal Universe heard the news, they all looked at each other, and more people began to sigh. The Great Demon King is making a move again. Everyone had a deep impression of what happened back then. Palace Master Lin Fei, who had been silent for so long, began to make a move again. After the first time, no one was shocked when he appeared again. He, good kill. If they didn't rely on Iron Blood Hall, the Eternal Universe wouldn't be at war. Palace Master Lin Fei has done a good deed this time. In the restaurant, people were clapping and cheering everywhere. Nowadays, in the Eternal Universe, the Vatican's influence was almost suppressed. For many forces, their days weren't as good as before. Palace Master Lin Fei's action this time was a great thing for everyone. After Iron Blood Hall suffered, the Nether Sect and Tian family inquired about it, and they were all in a bad mood. Even the experts of Iron Blood Hall couldn't stop Lin Fei. If it were them, wouldn't the result be the same? Those city lords who relied on the Nether Sect and Tian family started to feel bad. After the Vatican received the news, the remaining 7 sect masters were very surprised. What is Lin Fei trying to do? Unnatural received the news and couldn't help but wonder. Could it be that he has good intentions? For Lin Fei, they had known him for so long, but they still couldn't figure out his temper. He seemed to do things as he pleased. This time, no matter how they looked at it, it seemed like he did it on a whim. Lin Fei killing the city lord of Iron Blood Hall is a good thing, a sect master said. At least they are starting to panic now. In terms of ferocity and influence, we really can't compare to Lin Fei. It's good to kill those traitors. All the sect masters present approved of Lin Fei's actions. No matter what, the Vatican was happy to see Lin Fei's kindness. As a special existence in the Eternal Universe, if Lin Fei attacked again, the Vatican would have a hard time. It's better for them to be unlucky than us. The Vatican was about to applaud. Lin Fei is such a good person. Lin Fei didn't know that he had been given a good guy card. That was the mission issued by the system. Lin Fei had no choice. As for what they thought, that was another matter altogether. After killing the city Lord of the Hall of Iron Veins, Xiao Chen headed straight for the Dark Church. These fellows are really timid. He went to a few big cities, but none of the city lords were there. This displeased Lin Fei. He did not have to guess to know that they had gone to the Nether Sect's headquarters. That's good too. It saves us the trouble of finding them one by one. Lin Fei wished that they would all swarm together. It would be more convenient. After all, the Nether Sect had many city lords, and they controlled a large area. It would be quite troublesome to find them. The Nether Sect's headquarters. It was the same as the Hall of Iron Veins. At this moment, the Nether Sect's upper echelon was also very uneasy. The Hall of Iron Veins had their spies, and they knew everything that had happened. The bloody battle and the intervention of a patriarch could not take down Lin Fei. In fact, they could not even injure him. The Nether Sect was at a loss as to what to do. That bastard Lin Fei. Why didn't he just stay in the Yuan continent? Everyone lamented at the same time. They did not look for Lin Fei to cause trouble for the Yuan continent. Now he had come knocking on their door. They were displeased. I suggest we gather the experts and ambush Lin Fei, one of the upper echelons said. However, everyone rolled their eyes at him. Attack Lin Fei? Forget it. The current Lin Fei was not someone who could be ambushed by just anyone. The methods he possessed were too terrifying. Even the Iron Blood Hall's iron blood cage was unable to trap him, and the Eternal Universe's eternal divine seal was unable to suppress him. If they ambushed him, all their efforts would be in vain. Han Ming, the sect master of the Nether sect, was also troubled. Why did they have to deal with a freak like Lin Fei? If they allowed Lin Fei to kill those city lords, they would lose face. Should they make a move? They were not confident that they could take down Lin Fei. Even if the Nether sect had more than one patriarch, the result would be the same. Oh no, Lin Fei is here. The door was pushed open, and someone barged in to report. The faces of all the upper echelons darkened. Lin Fei had the God tier tracking technique. As long as the target was a city lord, there was basically no place for him to hide. He tracked them one by one, and all of them were in the general location. Lin Fei was even more certain that they were hiding in the Nether sect. Run! Governor Lin, spare us! We did not betray the Nether sect. When they saw Lin Fei, many city lords knelt on the ground and begged for mercy. At this moment, Lin Fei was a great demon in their eyes. Lin Fei moved infinitely to the side of a city lord, punched the city lord's temple, and burst his head. Then he ran to the next city lord. I'm not dead. Ha ha ha. The city lords who thought they were going to die were exhausted after escaping death. In front of Lin Fei, they had no choice but to obediently accept their fate. Lin Fei, I'll kill you. Some city lords were unwilling to accept this and chose to self-destruct with Lin Fei. The power of the self-destruction radiated out, but it did not affect Lin Fei at all. At the moment of the self-destruction, Lin Fei dodged the self-destruction attack. Many unlucky people suffered. Lin Fei killed very quickly. After the upper echelons of the Nether sect came out, he killed most of them. Almost all the city lords on the mission were killed. Those who were lucky enough to survive were all terrified. It was very rare to see a dignified city lord like this. Nether chill! A shout rang out, and a terrifying chill swept across the area. The Nether chill transformed into a white dragon that rushed out of the void. Everywhere it passed, the void was frozen. Lin Fei's body was also covered in frost. This frost was extremely terrifying. Many layers of defenses were destroyed by the frost. Even his body was affected by the frost. You're too late. Lin Fei laughed loudly. He used infinity movement and disappeared with a whoosh. Damn it! The frigid sea hierarch rushed out. In the frozen void, he could no longer see any trace of Lin Fei. As expected, it's useless. The frigid sea hierarch had heard that Lin Fei's methods were extraordinary. This time he had seen it with his own eyes. The Nether chill was a special kind of cold energy that was very difficult to resist. Hierarch, I heard that some people in the first universe are very interested in this kind of person. It is said that those people are lunatics. If we tell them the news, a deep voice rang out beside the frigid sea hierarch. At an unknown time, an old man appeared beside him. His eyes flickered with a strange cold light. Chapter 3509. After Lin Fei went to the Nether sect, he went to the Tian family's territory without stopping. There were quite a number of city lords here, and he killed more than 30 of them. With unlimited movement, Lin Fei didn't stay for long. He killed them and left. The first round of missions was completed. Lin Fei obtained quite a bit of reputation and skill points, upgrading his unlimited movement skill from beginner to advanced realm. Lin Fei still valued his life a lot. Preserving his life was the most important. Unlimited movement was Lin Fei's biggest asset to preserve his life. Advanced unlimited movement had a stronger penetrative ability. Lin Fei was very satisfied. I can't do missions anymore. I'm surrounded by public enemies. After doing so many missions and upgrading unlimited movement from beginner to advanced, he felt sad. Lin Fei returned to Yuan continent and prepared to rest for a period of time. Sir, After you went out, the Iron Veins Hall and the others were terrified. As soon as he returned to Yuan Continent, the Limit Dojo Master and Li Hu came to report the situation. When this matter was mentioned, everyone didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Going out to scare them isn't a bad idea. Lin Fei laughed. They won't have the guts to take revenge anyway. Whether it was the Iron Veins Hall or the Nether Sect, Lin Fei had nothing to worry about. At least for now, he wasn't afraid of them. As long as they dared to make a move, Lin Fei didn't mind chopping them up and causing a scene. Unless they could bear a huge loss, even if they were old monsters, there was nothing to be afraid of. After Palace Master went out, I reckon they wouldn't dare to make any big moves for a long time. Li Hu said with a smile, "Now that Mansion Master is out there, you have another nickname. Everyone calls you the Great Demon King." Lin Fei touched his nose. Great Demon King? Do I look that ferocious? Lin Fei was quite unhappy with the title of Great Demon King. Just like what he said, Lin Fei killed many city lords in the Eternal Universe. This caused a slight change in the original situation. At the very least, no one was willing to become the city lord, especially at a time like this. Everyone was worried that Lin Fei would make another wave. As a result, the cities of the Iron Blood Hall and the other factions almost didn't have a city lord. In the past, everyone would fight to become a city lord, but now, no one was willing to do so. In their eyes, that position was equivalent to sending themselves to death. This also reduced a lot of pressure on the Vatican. 3 months later at night, a passageway opened up in the courtyard of the Sacred Body Mountain. The unnatural had arrived once again. You really like to come at night. Lin Fei came out from inside. Ever since the last time, Lin Fei knew that the Vatican had a treasure that allowed them to travel freely in the universe. Governor Lin, we really have to thank you. You've helped us a lot. Unnatural cupped his hands and said, I'm here to thank you. Recently, the pressure on the Vatican had been reduced by a lot. Naturally, they had to come and thank him. As an acquaintance, if Unnatural didn't come, who else would? Even the current sect leader was afraid of Lin Fei. If it was possible, no one would be willing to come here. If I said that I was bored and did it casually, would you believe me? Lin Fei said with a smile. The Unnatural definitely wouldn't believe him. Who would be bored enough to kill city lords? Governor Lin, the reason why I came here tonight is to tell you something. I hope that you can take it seriously. The Unnatural said solemnly, you are the Vatican's partner. We don't wish for anything to happen to you. Lin Fei could hear the seriousness in the other party's tone. Did something happen? The Unnatural shook his head. It's not about the Vatican. It's about you. Our spies received news that the Iron Blood Hall and Seclusion Cult have arranged for people to go to the First Universe and are preparing to contact those lunatics. They want to get them to deal with you. Lunatics. Lin Fei frowned. They are a bunch of lunatics. The Unnatural's eyes revealed fear and wariness. We, the Vatican, don't have much information about them. However, those lunatics love to research people the most. Anyone that lands in their hands will be modified and researched. Lin Fei could sense that the Unnatural wasn't lying. Such a group of people really existed. From the looks of it, they looked very terrifying. It can't be right. There are such lunatics. Lin Fei's heart sank as he thought the Iron Blood Hall and Nether Cult really do know some secrets that no one knows about. They are really going all out to deal with me. The Unnatural was indeed shocked by this news. I hope you can make preparations for this. The Unnatural said, those lunatics are very terrifying. Even the top factions don't dare to offend them. They are most proficient in research. Most of the technological treasures in the universe were created by them. Technological treasures. Although Lin Fei had an awesome system, he didn't dare to underestimate technological treasures. Technology was a very complicated thing. It was hard to explain. Perhaps they could create treasures that targeted the system, but that was not certain. One could imagine how terrifying those lunatics were if even the Vatican was wary of them. Thank you, I understand. Lin Fei was quite grateful that the unnatural came to inform him. If that day really came and he was caught unprepared, he might not even know who would make the move. Governor Lin, there is actually no need to be so worried. The unnatural said, those lunatics are very busy. As long as they don't come in person, there will be no problem. At most, they will just send out battleships. This was good news. Oh, right. What are those lunatics trying to do with their research? Lin Fei asked curiously. The unnatural said in a low voice, rumor has it that they want to reach another origin world through their research. Don't you think they are crazy? Seemingly afraid that Lin Fei didn't know, he added, our 9 great universes form an origin world. Origin world? Lin Fei seemed to have understood something. Governor Lin, it is better to be careful. The unnatural didn't wish for anything to happen to Lin Fei. Thus, he personally came to remind him. It seems like this trip was very timely. Lin Fei really didn't know about this matter. I will. Lin Fei said, Iron Veins Hall, Nether Sect, they really know how to scheme. Looks like I have to go take a look. Lin Fei was very displeased that he had been plotted against. Isn't it just a few city lords? Is there a need to invite those lunatics from the first universe? Those who can be called lunatics are definitely not simple people. How long will it take to reach the origin world? About 1,300 years old. This was not considered long. The unnatural thought for a moment and said, I estimate that in another 900 years, those people from the other universes will come. The unnatural left the courtyard. Lin Fei sat quietly by himself. To be able to create hidden enemies while doing a mission, I am speechless. From Lin Fei's perspective, this was a small mission. There is no need to alarm those lunatics from the first universe. Chapter 3510 Iron Blood, Hall's headquarters. Ever since Lin Fei broke in and killed a batch of city lords, the area controlled by Iron Blood Hall became unstable for a short period of time. Without a city lord in charge, there were all sorts of changes in the big cities. As the big boss of Iron Blood Hall, Bloody War hated Lin Fei to the core. He caused Iron Blood Hall to become unstable and had no choice but to arrange for an elder to take charge. As a result, Iron Blood Hall's headquarters became empty. Fortunately, not only Iron Blood Hall, Nether Sect, and the Tian family also suffered quite a blow. Everyone could be considered to be in the same boat. In order to prevent Lin Fei from sneaking into Iron Blood Hall's headquarters again, Bloody War set up a large number of restrictions outside. Bloody Battle had also set up a large number of restrictions outside, one after another, densely packed together. Without a special pass, it was impossible to enter, although it was a lot more troublesome. In everyone's eyes, at least there was a sense of security. An enemy like Lin Fei would give anyone a headache. Although it was troublesome, everyone could rest assured. This time, you definitely won't have a good ending. Bloody War checked the news. After seeing a message, he suddenly revealed a smile. Feeling happy, he took out a bottle of immortal wine and happily drank it. Iron Blood Hall, as an ancient existence, had always had some special channels. For example, this time, Bloody War arranged for someone to pass the news. Because of Lin Fei's existence, it seriously affected the situation. If they could deal with Lin Fei, that would be the best thing. Without this special existence, the Holy Church would fall sooner or later. It was because of Lin Fei's existence that Bloody War felt pressured. After all, their Iron Blood Hall was a major force with many inheritances. All these years they had accumulated quite a lot of wealth and even secretly bought a battleship. However, compared to Lin Fei, their strength was still lacking by a huge margin. When he was happy, Bloody War drank several cups in a row. This news was really worth celebrating. Bloody War believed that he wasn't the only one who contacted that group of madmen. For example, Nether Sect they might have done the same thing. Lin Fei, you brought this upon yourself. Instead of being a proper manor lord, you caused so much trouble. Humph. Shui Zhan drank another cup of wine. This was the happiest Bloody Battle had been drinking in recent times. Finally, he could get rid of this big trouble. You're in a good mood. A voice rang out from the study. Bloody Battle subconsciously replied, Of course it's good, because that Lin Fei is going to be out of luck soon. How can I not be happy? No, who are you? Bloody War only realized that something was wrong when he said that. This was his study. Without his permission, even his trusted subordinates would not dare to enter. Bloody Battle turned his head and saw the guy in a bad mood. He spat out a mouthful of wine that had just entered his mouth. How did you get in? In order to prevent Lin Fei from barging in again, Bloody Battle spent a large sum of money to buy restrictions and set them up one by one in order to prevent Lin Fei from coming in. The appearance of Lin Fei right now nearly had Shui Zhan cursing out. What sort of a restriction was this? This was a complete scam. This guy barged in again, and it seemed that he was silent. There was no movement outside. Lin Fei picked up the cup and poured himself a glass of wine. Brother Shui, I'm in such a good mood. Why can't I drink more of such a good thing? Shui Zhan felt unwell. He had kept this wine for a very long time, and he was reluctant to take it. But now that Lin Fei was drinking it mouthful by mouthful, Shui Zhan felt like killing someone. But thinking about Lin Fei, he could not help but endure. You want to kill me? Then you can act. Lin Fei chuckled. The prerequisite is that you can kill me. Otherwise, I don't mind coming to assassinate you every day. Believe me, my methods will make you unable to eat or sleep in peace. Shui Zhan's expression sunk. Don't bully others too much. Lin Fei shook his head. He poured another cup of wine. This taste is not bad. You must have kept it for a long time. Shui Zhan was so angry that he nearly vomited blood. What are you planning to do? Being a cosmos god, his realm was higher than Lin Fei, yet he did not dare to act. Thinking about it, Shui Zhan felt sorrowful. Don't think that our Iron Veins Hall doesn't dare to act. At the most, we'll fight to the death with you. Lin Fei enjoyed it delightfully. He chuckled. I dare to say that you don't dare. These words were like a sharp knife stabbing into the heart of Shui Zhan. Honestly speaking, Shui Zhan did not dare to do that. It was because the Lin Fei in front of him was too mysterious. I've heard that you guys have found someone to deal with me. Lin Fei looked at Shui Zhan. Thus, I want to know where this group of people came from so that I can be prepared. Don't you think so? This was the first time Shui Zhan heard something that made him vomit blood. Naturally, you can choose not to say. Lin Fei chuckled. Then I'll come to the Iron Veins Hall every day. For instance, I'll kill one today and another tomorrow. I wonder how many experts there are in the Iron Veins Hall for me to kill. Shameless bastard. Shui Zhan's face turned black. Governor Lin, don't you feel that this is too shameless? Not shameless at all. Lin Fei chuckled. It's fine if you guys find someone to take revenge. It's already not bad that I can sit here and talk to you. Shui Zhan regretted being too complacent. He should not have followed up with that sentence. Truly, drinking makes things worse. Now he could no longer explain himself. I'll speak. Shui Zhan was throwing caution to the wind. If Lin Fei dared to act, he would just go all out. Who would be afraid of who? That group of madmen is actually a group of mad scientists. All of them have become cosmos gods through technology. Shui Zhan knew more secrets than unnatural. The moment he spoke, it made Lin Fei's eyes brighten. Becoming cosmos gods through technology. Just this alone made Lin Fei realize how terrifying these people were. No one was clearer than Lin Fei that the power of technology was actually very strong. According to hearsay, they came from another origin world. That place is a country with technology, and everyone grasps the power of technology comparable to deities Shuizhan started talking. Since Lin Fei did not act, Shuizhan did not mind telling him. Actually, Shuizhan felt helpless. But who asked Lin Fei to be stronger than him? Ordinary attacks could not hold Lin Fei at all, much less injure the other party. After coming to the origin world, they hid for a very long time before controlling a cosmos. They started developing all sorts of technological products like cosmos battleships, researching how to condense energy pieces, and increasing the power of the cosmos. Towards the end, I don't know what they are researching, but they started becoming interested in people with special abilities and all sorts of strange existences. Shuizhan finished speaking in a single breath, including what he knew and what he accidentally heard. He told everything to Lin Fei. Originally, Lin Fei had a vague understanding of that group of madmen, but as Shuizhan explained, Lin Fei realized how terrifying this group of people were. Maybe they have the Great Star Atlas? Lin Fei was not afraid. Instead, he thought of something. That's right. Your iron veins. Hall knows quite a few secrets. Lin Fei clapped. Tell me, how should I deal with you? Shuizhan was prepared for battle. Then I'll banish you. Chapter 35:11. Lin Fei felt that this trip was not in vain. A bunch of people who dabbled in science and technology from another origin world. Based on Bloody War's words, it was very likely that these people were researching a way to transmigrate back to the origin world. The possibility was very high. Lin Fei did not dare to lower his guard against such a group of fellows. The power of science and technology was very terrifying. Although his leveling up system was very powerful, who could guarantee that the power of science and technology was strong enough to crush the system? The only thing that reassured Lin Fei was that those old geezers would not make a move easily. At most, they would arrange a small team. This gave Lin Fei a chance. After sending Bloody War away, Lin Fei took the bottle of immortal brew and returned. Bloody War was teleported to a place that he did not want to appear in. It was the Nether Sect's territory. Bloody War, you came here in the middle of the night. Do you think our Nether Sect is easy to bully? The Cold Sea Hierarch charged out and attacked Bloody War with another cold chi. If he could kill the Hierarch, it would undoubtedly deal a heavy blow to the Hall of Steel Veins' influence. After all, if they defeated the Church one day, there would be a fierce battle between them. Bloody War did not know how many times he cursed Lin Fei in his heart. He did not expect that Lin Fei would have such a trick up his sleeve. This was too much of a bully. The scene in front of him was what worried Bloody War the most. It was on purpose. Lin Fei was doing this on purpose. Without another word, Bloody War turned and ran. If he stayed here, he would definitely die. Chase him. We must kill him. Soon after, a piece of news came from the everlasting universe. Bloody War single-handedly charged into the Nether Sect. In the end, he was chased by a group of experts. More than half of the universe saw this. The Hall of Steel Veins' influence was greatly affected. Bloody War had almost been killed by the Nether Sect. Faced with the Hall of Steel Veins' accusation, the Nether Sect replied shamelessly, "I'm sorry. We mistook him for someone impersonating Bloody War. We didn't want the impersonator to affect the cooperation between the Nether Sect and the Hall of Steel Veins. That's why we chased after him." These words infuriated the members of the Iron Veins Hall. Bloody Battle also had the Hall of Iron Veins report. That person is indeed not him. The person who impersonates him will be hunted down by the Hall of Iron Veins. I hope that the other party will come out and admit his mistake. When the news came out, everyone came to a sudden realization. So this was the case. How could a big shot like him be hunted down? That person must be an imposter. When Lin Fei heard the news, he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. How interesting. He was not surprised by this result. It could only be said that Bloody Battle's luck was bad, seeing that he was being targeted by a group of crazy researchers. Lin Fei decided to continue doing his mission properly. even though it was not enough for the time being. There were a lot of quests in the system. Lin Fei had plenty of time to do them. He wanted to level up his 9 major skills first. Meanwhile, in the vast universe, a fleet of space battleships was sailing. The one in the lead was a 5th-grade warship. It was completely gold in color and was extremely eye-catching. It will take more than 300 years for us to rush to Universe 9 from here. We can still make it in time before the origin land opens. In the cockpit, there were a few people sitting there, all dressed the same way. If Lin Fei saw them, he would definitely recognize them. They were all from the Starry Sea Spirit Clan. Universe 9. If it wasn't for the origin land, who would be willing to go there? By the way, we still have an enemy in Universe 9, right? Yes, a guy named Lin Fei. Our General Pang, Qin Xing, and even our fleet fell into his hands. That Lin Fei is really hateful. After reaching the origin land, this Lin Fei must be killed. I remember that there are no space battleships in Universe 9. The strongest one is probably a 3rd-grade battleship. Once our 5th-grade battleship comes out, he will definitely die. These people casually talked about it and changed the topic. For example, someone was heading to Universe 9, and in a place even further away. This was a universe of high-tech buildings. Unlike other universes, there were flying battleships everywhere, and everyone was wearing equipment from head to toe. Battleships were docked, and 3rd-grade and 5th-grade battleships could be seen everywhere. This universe was Universe 1, one of the 9 major universes. It was also the strongest universe in the entire universe, in charge of 3 major universes. It could be said that Universe 1, Universe 2, and Universe 3 all listened to Universe 1. Ka. A steel team walked onto a battleship. This was a flashy battleship, like a big bird. Its entire body was silvery white, and as the sun fell on it, it shone brightly. Number 58. Your goal this time is to go to Universe 9 and capture a person named Lin Fei. This person should have technological means, and ordinary attacks won't be able to do anything to him. Remember, you must capture him alive. On a building that towered into the clouds, a warrior wrapped in black armor stood straight, without a trace of an expert's aura. In front of the black-armored warrior was a black eyeball, slowly turning, and a voice came from inside. Dr. Lin, don't worry. I will capture him and bring him back, the black-armored warrior said without a trace of emotion. I wish you success. The black-armored warrior turned around and entered the battleship behind him. The cabin was closed, and the battleship was activated. In the calm sky, a black passage opened up, and with a so, the battleship rushed in. In the blink of an eye, 200 years passed. The situation in the eternal cosmos was calm. The Iron Veins Hull worked together with the Netherworld religion to attack the church, but they failed every single time. Instead, they suffered huge losses and chose to surround the church instead of attacking. A war of attrition continued. During these years, the Lin Fei that everyone was most worried about never appeared again. Thus, everyone felt more at ease. Instead, they would frequently see traces of Lin Fei in certain secret realms. Nobody knew what this Lin Fei was planning to do. Over the past 200 years, this Lin Fei had never been idle. Fortunately, nobody was willing to offend this savage master. Those who fought with him did not have a good ending. During this day, in the sky above the territory controlled by the Iron Veins Hull, a fleet rushed in. The leading one was a Rank 3 battleship, followed by 5 Rank 2 battleships. When this fleet entered the eternal cosmos, the unique suppression that belonged to these battleships startled many cosmos gods awake. All of them revealed a solemn expression. Being well informed, they had already received news about the origin grounds. Experts from other cosmos are finally here. Shuizhan revealed a grave expression. An old man appeared. This is also a chance for us, a chance to overthrow the church. Cold Sea religious master from the netherworld religion master, revealed a grin when he saw the battleship that appeared. Our chances here. On the sacred mountain of the church, the few religious masters began sinking. Chapter 35:12. The first wave of foreign universe powerhouses that entered the eternal universe didn't do anything. Instead, they chose a place and set up camp, looking as though they were at ease with the situation. 200 years, 300 years, other than Universe 9. The remaining forces of the 8 universes arranged for people to come to the eternal universe. Ever since the first wave of universe forces entered the eternal universe, the Iron Veins Hall and the others began contacting these universe powerhouses to attack the Vatican. The powerhouses of all universes were quite interested in the internal strife of the eternal universe. If they could intervene, they might be able to obtain great benefits, especially since the sect master hadn't appeared for a long time, and it was unknown whether he was dead or alive. The Vatican was also contacting others. For a time, the eternal universe became very lively, and this was just the beginning. Over the course of a few hundred years, the Black Dragon King had arrived. The number of foreign universe forces increased. Battleships could be seen everywhere, and they could arrive in 100 years. They had to use battleships. Many forces joined forces to besiege the Vatican, but they didn't gain anything. The Vatican wasn't weak either, and they also invited some allies. The battle wasn't one-sided, and it was steady and evenly matched. To be able to control the eternal universe for so long, the eternal universe was naturally not weak. With the eternal divine seal, they had a great innate advantage, and it was very difficult to be defeated. The Yuan continent had been peaceful all this time. Level 3 battleships weren't weak outside. Perhaps because the Iron Veins Hall and the others had mentioned the Yuan continent, no foreign universe forces were interested in it. Lin Fei had rejoiced for nothing. If they had attacked, he definitely wouldn't have minded making a fortune. The Emperor was far away, and there was really nothing to be afraid of. Among the 9 universes, the eternal universe was the furthest, and it was a very remote place. Without battleships, there was basically no need to come. If not for the origin site being in the eternal universe, they wouldn't have come even if they were beaten to death. It was too far. Just the energy consumed was not a small number. Although Lin Fei was unhappy that the foreign forces didn't attack the Yuan continent, he didn't limit himself. In the past few hundred years, he had been upgrading the 9 major skills, and most of them were from beginner to intermediate, with a few being advanced. For the time being, there were very few experts. This couldn't be helped. The system's missions had been a little less recently. Junior brother, I just received news that the Star Sea Spirit race is about to arrive. Lin Fei, who had always been outside, received a message. After a dozen or so infinite teleportation, he returned to the holy body mountain of the Yuan continent. Currently, the only thing that concerned Lin Fei was that bunch of crazy researchers. Apart from that, there was also the astral sea spirits, who were always ready for revenge. Lin Fei did not think that they would be able to hold back from taking revenge on him. It would be strange if the astral spirits did not become furious after losing a small fleet. Are they here? Lin Fei found his senior martial brother, the extreme dojo master, to ask about the situation. General Pang received the news and will arrive within 5 years. The dojo master of limits arranged for people to bring General Pang. Ever since General Pang was captured, he had been imprisoned and suffered a lot. The same was true for Qin Xing. Are you sure your people are coming? He had left General Pang behind to guard against the astral spirits. After so many years, General Pang had a lot of resentment. If it wasn't for the sneak attack, he wouldn't have lost so quickly. Governor Lin, our astral spirit race's experts, are about to arrive. You better let me go. Otherwise, once they arrive, you won't be their match with the ships you took from us. General Pang said arrogantly. Lin Fei was not the same as before. With 9 great techniques, there was nothing to be afraid of. Wrong. If your astral spirit race dares to make a move, you'll just be sending food to me. Oh, right. You will soon have companions to accompany you. Lin Fei smiled. You won't be lonely anymore. General Pang's face turned ugly. You will regret it. The astral spirit race had lost twice in a row. General Pang believed that this time, Lin Fei would definitely be done for. Even though the news was sealed, General Pang knew that this opening of the origin grounds was of great significance. The astral spirit race would definitely send people over, and their strength would be even stronger than the last time he led them. General Pang was taken away. Don't worry, this battle won't happen. Lin Fei didn't believe the other party's words. Only fools would attack the astral spirit race when the origin grounds opened. The greater the losses, the less benefits they would gain from entering the origin grounds. Remind everyone to prepare for battle. Although the battle won't happen, it's still necessary to deter them. A golden battleship rushed into the periphery of the universe and arrived at the eternal universe. Universe 9. When the golden battleship entered the eternal universe, some battleships automatically detected it and realized that another force had arrived, and it was the astral spirit race. Sir, we're here. They found a place to gather information. The golden battleship rushed in majestically. Finally, it stopped in a mountain range and temporarily rested. As soon as the astral spirit race battleship entered the eternal universe, Lin Fei knew. The symbol of the astral spirit race was very obvious. It was marked on the battleship, and Lin Fei could see it clearly from the dark. It had to be said that they were very powerful. A fifth-grade battleship was indeed quite incredible. Ding! The astral spirit race has come from afar. As the host, if you don't pay them a visit, how can you show the host's authority? Personally go to the astral spirit race's battleship. Mission complete. Reward, 50 mission points. This time, the system didn't give any punishment. What an interesting system. When Lin Fei heard the mission issued by the system, he didn't know whether to laugh or cry. However, thinking about it made sense. Rather than waiting for them to come, he might as well pay them a visit himself. After all, he was the host of the eternal universe. Since they didn't attack the Yuan continent immediately, Lin Fei thought that destroying him was secondary. Their main focus was still on the origin grounds. Bring General Pang over. With such a hostage in hand, it was time for him to be put to good use. After keeping him for so long, it was time for him to put him to good use. General Pang was brought over in a daze. Governor Lin, have you thought it through? If you have, then you can let me go. Maybe I can put in a good word for you in front of the Lord, so that you don't end up in a miserable state. General Pang thought that Lin Fei had thought it through and couldn't help but feel proud. The experts of the astral spirit race had telepathy with each other. When they came in, General Pang knew. In addition, he was brought in front of Lin Fei at this time. Lin Fei reached out and grabbed. Infinite movement was activated, and with a whoosh he disappeared. General Pang was even more certain that Lin Fei was afraid. The astral spirit race had come to Universe 9 this time, so there was no need to doubt their strength. No matter how strong Lin Fei was, he was not their opponent. Sorry, you're mistaken. Lin Fei smiled and said, because I'm not going to bow my head. I'm going to see what kind of ability your astral spirit race has to make me bow my head. Chapter 35:13. With the divine tracking skill, Lin Fei easily found the astral spirit's temporary base in the mountains. The astral sea spirit race is really careful. They have such strength, yet they are still so careful. I have learned a lot. Around the temporary stronghold, there were a total of 6 second-class battleships. They surrounded the stronghold, and any movement would be destroyed by the battleships. Inside were 3 level 3 warships. The innermost one was a level 5 battleship. It was completely gold in color and looked extremely domineering. At the same time, it had a dangerous aura. In Lin Fei's eyes, these precautions were really not worth mentioning. Lin Fei rushed into the golden battleship. Along the way, he was blocked by a special layer of defense. Now that his infinite movement was not at the basic level, there was not much of a hindrance. It was almost negligible. The guests are here. Aren't you going to come out and welcome them? As soon as he entered the level 5 battleship, a dense barrage of attacks came crashing down on him. The most frightening thing was that the barrage was instantaneous. The attack range was not long, and it would not threaten the interior of the battleship. Every single attack was at least a level 5 cosmos god. In an instant, there were more than 100 of them, and they all had the ability to penetrate. After the attack, a corpse was left on the scene. It was riddled with holes, and its eyes were wide open, as if it had died with a grievance. It's General Pang. There was a sound. Lin Fei's figure had disappeared from the place where he had attacked earlier. Boom, boom, boom. Before they could react, the level 5 battleship trembled slightly. A level 3 battleship was attacking the battleship. Layers of defensive barriers were activated. It's Lin Fei from the Eternal Universe. Several figures appeared in the golden battleship. These people were all experts from the Starry Sea spiritual clan. They were all cosmos gods at the 7th level or above. Equipped with technological treasures, their combat power was comparable to a 9th level cosmos god. This was the power of technological treasures. How could it be Lin Fei? Our 5th grade battleship has powerful defenses. How did he get in? An astral sea spirit race expert exclaimed. He doesn't seem to have any treasures on him. How could he rush in? Could it be that there's something wrong with our warship's defenses? We must capture Lin Fei. We must interrogate him and find out what treasures he has. The astral spirits were shocked by Lin Fei. Charge into the level 3 battleship and chase Lin Fei out. The experts of the astral sea spirit race immediately gave the order. This time they had brought a lot of experts, enough to chase Lin Fei out. When the level 5 battleship was activated, they would definitely be able to seriously injure Lin Fei. Inside the level 3 warship, many figures rushed out. You still want to capture me? The astral ocean spirit race is really optimistic. Controlling the grade 3 battleship, Shui Ying bombarded the grade 5 battleship with cannons. The damage dealt to cosmos gods was huge, but at this moment it was useless against the grade 5 battleship. This result was within Yi Xiaolong's expectations. Level 5 warships were indeed extraordinary. Level 3 warships were basically unable to penetrate their defenses. It would be even better if we could take it down. Lin Fei was very confident in his own strength, but he did not dare to underestimate the experts of the astral sea unless he used the skills he had exchanged twice. Under normal circumstances, Lin Fei would not use it. This was his trump card, and he would not use it unless he was in a dangerous situation. Many experts from the astral sea spirit race rushed into the level 3 warship. They were prepared to capture Lin Fei. Lin Fei did not use any techniques. Instead, he fought with them in close combat. These experts from the astral sea spirit race were different from the first time he met them. They were covered with technological treasures. These technological weapons were imbued with light might, and they could unleash attacks at the cosmos god level. They were exceptionally powerful and contained a sharp aura. Many light swords cut over. Even Lin Fei, who cultivated his fleshy body to the pinnacle, could feel the strands of sharp aura. Technological treasures are indeed powerful. Even after activating many layers of defenses, they were easily cut apart by the light swords. This was something that was impossible in the past. At the very least, it was not that nimble. This was the first time Shui Ying's techniques did not hold any advantage before these experts from the astral sea spirit race. No wonder the Holy Church wants to work together with me. They don't hold any advantage when fighting against these experts. Lin Fei squinted. He leaned forward and punched the other party. A layer of transparent light shield appeared in front of him. This punch could not break the light shield at all. Foolish native, how can the star sea treasure armor of our astral sea spirit race be broken by you? An expert from the astral sea spirit race charged over with a look of disdain. Native, Lin Fei did not know whether to laugh or cry. He seemed to understand why the system would issue such a mission. It was not that easy to get 50 points. I am not a native in your eyes. Lin Fei laughed. He punched out again. This time he was imbued with absolute hit and heavy injury. Lin Fei could clearly feel that his technique was being resisted to a certain extent. That's right, he was resisting against the technique. Fortunately, he managed to strike the other party in the end. Absolute hit and heavy injury dealt a heavy blow to the other party. Even the star sea treasure armor of the astral sea spirit race could not withstand it, causing him to lose his combat strength. Their bodies are very weak. Even though their combat strength was strong, their defenses were not as strong as imagined. Just a single attack had caused the other party to lose his combat strength. Again, Lin Fei laughed as he charged forward. Absolute hit and heavy injury were used together. He did not give them a chance to catch their breath. Pung pung pung. Many experts from the astral sea spirit race who rushed and fell down. Even though they did not die, they had lost their combat strength. Lin Fei took away their light swords one by one. Good fellow, these light swords were equipped with energy blocks. According to the strength of a cosmos god, they could be used for a long time. Without any politeness, Lin Fei confiscated all of them. Within the Grade 3 warship, the number of astral sea spirit race captives increased. All of their faces were pale. With a single punch, they were heavily injured. Some tried to struggle, yet they were nearly killed by the second punch. At that moment, they became completely obedient. Even if they were given the guts, they dared not move recklessly. That native in their eyes had turned into a terrifying existence in the blink of an eye. It was too frightening, and it was hard for them to believe it was real. I feel that we can have a chat. Lin Fei's figure appeared outside the Grade 3 warship. A destructive light shot over. It was incredibly powerful. A huge hole was formed in the Grade 3 warship. More than half of the warship was gone. All the experts from the astral sea spirit race turned pale. Stop fighting. We have been captured. Sir, we can't fight. One more cannon and we will be finished. The captured experts from the astral sea spirit race started crying. That cannon previously was too frightening. It was practically taking their lives. Chapter 35:14. The moment the Grade 5 warship acted, it frightened the captives within the Grade 3 warship so much that they peed in their pants. That was a Grade 5 warship. If they were not careful, they would be turned into ashes. Most cosmos gods could not destroy a Grade 3 warship, but in front of a Grade 5 warship, it could not even withstand a single strike. We can't fight anymore. Within the Grade 5 warship, the group of Starry Sea Spirit Race experts exchanged glances. How could he take them down so quickly? Those are equipment and technological treasures. According to logic, it should be impossible for that Lin Fei to take them down so easily. A native, actually, the Starry Sea Spirit Race experts did not dare to fire anymore. The previous cannon was lucky. If there was a slight deviation in its trajectory, the Starry Sea Spirit Race experts would most likely die. This was a huge loss to them who wanted to obtain treasures from the origin ground. Do you all want to continue firing? Lin Fei appeared on the Level 3 battleship again and smiled at them. You can fire the cannons if you want. Don't worry. If it's them, they might not be so lucky. Lin Fei pointed at the terrified captives below. Lin Fei, don't you feel that you are bullying us too much? Lin Fei, if you are so capable, come out and fight with us. Our Starry Sea Spirit Race will let you know what regret is. They were indeed afraid of shooting at the rat for fear of harming the innocent. If they missed, that would be a huge loss. Even if they felt great hatred, they did not dare to fire anymore. The previous cannon could not lock onto the other party at all. You all are rich and overbearing and have a grade 5 worship. Do you think I am a fool? Lin Fei chuckled. Why would I let you attack? A figure appeared on the worship. His expression was cold. What are you thinking of doing? Lin Fei burst out laughing. Actually, it's nothing much. I just wanted to send someone over to you guys. But in the end, you guys killed him without saying anything. What the hell is this? Who would believe these words? The experts from the Starry Sea Spirit race did not believe it. They felt that Lin Fei had a motive. It would be weird if he didn't make a move after sending her away. Lin Fei, you've killed another Astral Ocean elite. There's no place in the world for you. The silver-armored Astral Ocean elite on the warship sneered. You'd better surrender. Lin Fei shook his head. No, it's impossible for me to surrender. I'm here to chat and drink tea with you guys. Judging from your looks, you don't seem to be interested. Voila! Lin Fei stretched out his hands and grabbed 2 hostages in each hand. With a whoosh, they arrived at the level 5 battleship. Waves of attacks rained down on him. The 2 captives didn't even have the chance to make a sound before they stopped breathing, leaving behind only bodies riddled with holes. You guys, 2 more dead. Lin Fei left quickly, leaving behind 2 bodies. When he returned, he still had 2 captives in his hands. Here I come again. Fortunately, the attack did not appear this time. Lin Fei, don't go too far. The silver-armored Astral Ocean elite's face was gloomy. His anger had almost reached the limit, and he could explode at any time. I just want to chat with you guys. It's that simple. Lin Fei said with a smile. Tell me, is my condition simple? In the level 5 battleship, several Astral Ocean elite had never seen such a strange person before. Chat, what a joke. They had never met such a strange person before. Okay, let's chat. Mu Donglai gritted his teeth. As the leader and the person in charge this time, this was the first time he had such a headache. Kill him? There was no chance to do so. His movement skills were incredible. Even the defense of the level 5 battleship couldn't stop him. He was like a loach. This was the first time the Astral Ocean elite had encountered such a thing. If the other party came a few more times, most of the Astral Ocean spirit race experts that they had brought with them would be killed. That's right. Lin Fei smiled. Since you want to chat, you should at least prepare some good food to eat. Otherwise, how can we chat? After all, I am also a guest. Guest? Mu Donglai wanted to roar. Who would be willing to entertain a guest like you? This was the first time Mu Donglai couldn't do anything to someone. A native of Universe 9 made him feel pressure. They were the Astral Ocean elite of Universe 7. Serve. Mu Donglai gritted his teeth. The Astral Ocean elite brought a lot of good things on this trip. In order to temporarily stabilize Lin Fei, they had to take them out. Good stuff, really good stuff. Your Astral Ocean elite is really good. Lin Fei enjoyed it happily. This dish is good. Mu Donglai felt pain. This dish is not ordinary. It is one of the specialties of the Astral Ocean elite. He didn't have much himself, but this time he had to give the other party an explanation. Cup after cup, Lin Fei drank it unhurriedly. On the other hand, the hostage sitting beside him didn't dare to make a sound. He was sweating all over. The person in front of him was too strange. Time ticked by. For the Astral Ocean elite present, sitting together with such a person is very uncomfortable, but there is no way to stop him. On the way here, Mu Donglai was prepared to deal with Lin Fei, but now he is more and more afraid of Lin Fei. This method is completely different. Vaguely, he felt that this Lin Fei might be related to Universe 1. Ding! Completed guest mission. Received 50 task points. Finally, there was a notification from the system. Lin Fei's heart moved. It's finally done. 50 task points, hee hee. Although the mission was a bit difficult, fortunately it was completed. At the very least, he can suppress the Astral Ocean Elite. Astral Ocean Elite has the intention to retaliate against the host. Please dispel the other party's thoughts and take away 3 level 3 warships. Mission completed. Reward: 100 task points. Mission failed. Heavenly lightning will strike for 1 month. Time limit: 1 day. With the task points in hand, Lin Fei was ready to retreat. These Astral Ocean Elite have a lot of trump cards. If he continues to waste time, it will be troublesome. However, he didn't expect that the system would issue another mission, giving him 100 task points in one go. It's quite a generous reward. On the other hand, being struck by lightning for a month is quite miserable. With the system's punishment, Lin Fei doesn't dare to be careless. If he is not careful, he will probably suffer a huge loss. I've already eaten. Actually, I was planning to leave. Lin Fei put down his wine cup. But you Astral Ocean Elite have a bad memory. For example, if you want to retaliate against me, someone with small arms and legs like me won't be enough for you to torture. Lin Fei, don't go too far. Put them down, and I will allow you to leave. Mu Donglai stood up angrily and glared at him. Lin Fei acted as if he didn't hear it. I was thinking, if you want to retaliate against me, I will be happy to kill you one by one. Although this worship is not bad. Chapter 35:15. Mu Donglai and the other Astral Sea Spirit Race experts all stood up. Lin Fei, how dare you threaten us? Do you really think we can't catch you? The Astral Sea Spirit Race experts who stood up glared at him with cold killing intent. They had always been the ones threatening others. Since when was it their turn to be threatened? Great teleportation. Lin Fei casually threw a punch, and a huge black hole appeared. A terrifying suction force enveloped the Astral Sea Spirit Race experts. The expressions of the Astral Sea Spirit Race experts changed drastically. Their armor appeared, and halos appeared, blocking the suction force of the great teleportation. Although it was blocked, it did not look good. This is my move. Let me ask you, how long can you resist it? Of course, I still have many killer moves. Lin Fei threw another punch. For example, this. With a shake of his armor, one of the Astral Sea Spirit Race experts trembled. A flaw suddenly appeared in his armor, and half of his body was sucked into the black hole. Retreat. The big black hole disappeared. All the Astral Sea Spirit Race experts felt uneasy. Even the technological armor could not block this kind of attack, especially the last punch. They could feel its special existence. Yi Xiaolong poured himself a glass of wine. My performance wasn't bad, right? I rarely perform for ordinary people, because if I don't do well, people might die. Lin Fei had indeed shown mercy just now. Although the Astral Sea Spirit Race was strong, they still had no power to resist him. The only thing that Lin Fei was afraid of was the technological treasure brought by the Astral Sea Spirit Race. If he really activated it, he might have to pay a price. It was better to be injured. Compared to not forcing them, Lin Fei was naturally unwilling. Lin Fei, you win. Mu Donglai stopped his subordinates. Just from the display, just now, he knew that in Universe 9, there was no way to deal with Lin Fei, unless he used his trump card. But the loss was too great. This was used in the land of origin. It was a trump card against everyone. It was too wasteful to use it on Lin Fei. It was not worth it at all. Because Lin Fei hadn't touched Mu Donglai's bottom line yet, it was still acceptable for a few people to die. After all, there wouldn't be any casualties when they traveled through the universe. We won't retaliate against you. Are you satisfied while you are in Universe 9? It wasn't easy for Mu Donglai to say such words. In Universe 9, they really weren't sure. If it was in Universe 7, Mu Donglai had plenty of means to capture Lin Fei, but now he could only grit his teeth and admit defeat. In any case, no outsider would know. That's right, Lin Fei said with a smile. However, this is not enough. After all, you are here to take revenge on me. I came as a guest out of goodwill, and even sent a hostage back, but you want to kill me. I am so scared. What do you think I should do? Shameless, absolutely shameless. They had never seen such a shameless person. This time, they were the ones who suffered losses. Several of their subordinates died, and a third-level warship was destroyed. Who would suffer the most? They really wanted to besiege Lin Fei, even if they had to pay a high price. However, they also understood that if they really did that, the Starry Sea spirit race would basically have nothing to do in the land of origin. Lin Fei, you are the most courageous person I have ever seen. I have seen many people like you. In the end, none of them had a good ending. Mu Donglai stared at Lin Fei with a cold gaze. He had never wanted to kill a person before. Mu Donglai really wanted to kill Lin Fei. In the Starry Sea spirit race, he was also considered a powerful person, but this time he held back his anger again and again. His whole person almost exploded. I think I will live to a ripe old age. Lin Fei said, I am a poor person, and you Starry Sea spirit race can have anything you want. It just so happens that I am short of tools to go out, so I will reluctantly ask for 3 third-level warships. I believe you will agree, right? After all, you have a lot of those things. Mu Donglai gritted his teeth, and his hands were trembling. That was because he was so angry. The Starry Sea spirit race experts behind him were the same. They had seen shameless people, but they had never seen such a shameless person. Not only did he kill them, he forced them to lower their heads, and he even wanted to ask for third-level warships. If you are not willing, I don't mind doing it myself. Lin Fei smiled. What do you think? It's only 3 warships. You won't lose anything anyway. Mu Donglai almost spat out a mouthful of blood. That's still money, okay? Their Starry Sea spirit race had already lost a small fleet to Lin Fei, and now they want to pay with warships? You are ruthless. Drive away the warships now. Mu Donglai said angrily. If there is a next time, our Starry Sea spirit race will fight to the death with you. Mu Donglai still agreed. The situation was not as good as the other party. Such a person's moves were mysterious, and it was impossible to defend against him. Otherwise, in the future, everyone would not be able to have peace. No one was willing to guard against this fellow every day, especially when defense was useless against him. A 5th-level warship could come and go as he pleased, and there was almost no expert in the Starry Sea spirit race who could barge in. Don't worry, I will definitely not come back again after taking the things, unless you break the rules first. I don't think you will. Lin Fei laughed. Ding. Quest completed. Reward: 100 quest points. This time, after activating 2 quests, Lin Fei was in a good mood. At the same time, he had obtained 3 third-level warships, and his strength had increased. Where else could he find such a good thing? Lin Fei really hoped that he could come back a few more times. It was a pity that the system did not issue any more quests. With the quests from the Starry Sea spirit race, Lin Fei believed that the next quest would be issued very soon. He might even be able to earn a sum of quest points. He was even preparing to draw the lottery. It was a pity that he did not have enough quest points. Mu Donglai watched as Lin Fei left. There were also 3 third-level warships from the distant Universe 7. Mu Donglai's face turned black. Remember tonight. Mu Donglai clenched his teeth and said, he will be unlucky sooner or later. On the way here, I heard that those lunatics have arranged for someone to come. If I am not wrong, the target should be Lin Fei. Then he is dead for sure. Those people arranged by those lunatics, no matter how powerful he has nowhere to run. At that time, we will directly destroy the Yuan continent. Tonight was the most humiliating time in their lives. They were toyed with by a native, and in the end, they did not dare to do anything. They did not dare to accept this matter. Lin Fei swaggered back to the Yuan continent. With the addition of the third-level warships, the Yuan continent was filled with cheers. Everyone knew that this person went out to make a fortune again, but they could not guess who was the unlucky one. Junior brother, this method of yours, the elders of the Sacred Body Mountain were all excited. This means that someone can operate a warship again, and it is a third-level warship. This is nothing. Lin Fei waved his hand, and light swords and starry sea armor flew out and piled up. These were all taken from the captives. Chapter 35:16. The starry sea spirit race had been tricked by Lin Fei once, but as they said, they obediently endured it. What happened that night did not spread out. Lin Fei released Qin Shing, who he had captured last time. If they behaved themselves, it would be beneficial for everyone. The power of that level 5 warship was still quite terrifying. If Mu Donglai of the Starry Sea Spirit race came to the Yuan continent with a warship, he would definitely crush them. After releasing Qin Shing, Lin Fei no longer paid attention to the Starry Sea Spirit race. His main goal now was to guard against the people sent by that group of lunatics. He believed that it would not take long for those people to arrive at Universe 9. The system had not released the relevant mission yet, but Lin Fei had nothing to worry about. He believed that the system would not let him down. Maybe it would release the relevant mission soon. With the sponsorship of the Starry Sea Spirit race, the strength of the Sacred Body Mountain had increased by a large margin. For level 3 warships were awe-inspiring. However, the energy blocks were a problem. There would be fewer of them every time they were used. It was always a problem. Although he had gained a lot of mission points, Lin Fei was reluctant to use the lottery. He knew the system very well, and it would not give him anything good if he used too many. There were not many daily missions left. Lin Fei could only wait bitterly. In the blink of an eye, another 300 years had passed. Many powerhouses from the 8 universes had come. Universe 9 had also entered a rare period of peace. The Vatican, which had been suppressed, also heaved a sigh of relief. Those forces from the other universes did not seem to have any intention of interfering. Everyone thought that Universe 9 would be peaceful before the opening of the origin grounds. Boom! Boom! That night, dozens of level 2 warships attacked the Vatican. The dozens of warships were not small in scale. They attacked the Vatican from several directions, catching them off guard. Shameless bastards. Do they still want to go to the origin ground? Quickly take out the Vatican's treasure! This time the attack was fierce. Although the Vatican took out the eternal divine seal and repelled a wave of enemies, under the intense attacks, the Church's great formation started to show signs of instability, especially since it consumed a large amount of energy. This time, there were quite a few level 5 battleships in the lead. They were the most powerful battleships in the eternal universe. The Church's eternal God seal could suppress an entire area, but when the level 5 battleships split up, they could only suppress one area. The people from the Church were all shocked. Cult Master, the energy consumption is too fast. At this rate of attack, it won't take more than a few years before the eternal Godstones can't be replenished. Bad news came one after another. This time, the enormous array was like a gold-devouring beast. The huge Vatican was constantly being attacked by the battleships. A terrifying power wreaked havoc. No one dared to come out, all of them trembling in fear. The 3 rebellious factions, the Iron Veins Hall, the Dark Sect, and the Tian family, had finally instigated the outside factions to launch an attack against the Church. The effect was obvious. Beneath the warship, all were ants. Cosmos gods did not dare to come out. Sect masters didn't even dare to come out. Under the densely packed attacks, even Cosmos gods would explode in a single move. This time the Church was beaten to the point that they could not retaliate. They could only rely on the array to defend, and this defense required them to pay a huge price. The price was the rapid consumption of eternal Godstones within a level 5 warship. At this moment, the giants from various cosmoses were gathered here. The three experts from the Iron Veins Hall were innately weaker than these giants. Their strength was not even worthy of carrying their shoes. The church of your cosmos is too weak. We have only used 2/3 of our strength, and we have beaten them until they no longer have any temper. Just by relying on that God seal, they can't suppress us at all. The 9th cosmos is too trashy. Many giants said with disdain. Such a church was indeed disdainful. If not for those things from the church, they would be too lazy to act since it was too meaningless. It was like an adult bullying a child. Bloody battle. Han Ming and the others inwardly took a deep breath. This time, they wanted to defeat the church in a single move. They hesitated for a long time before choosing to invite them. The entire 9th cosmos did not have any resources, and after they took the benefits and left, they could still be local tyrants. The huge cosmos was still worth paying this price. Only by getting rid of the church would they have hope. Then send the remaining warships and completely destroy their array defense. Without a tortoise shell, the church can only admit defeat, said one of the giants. Everyone was in favor of this. A war of attrition? They were not that worried. This time, they had brought enough resources to the 9th cosmos. The consumption of besieging the church was really nothing. Once the church was defeated, the secret realm that produced eternal godstones would be what they wanted. Of course, there was also the land of origin. This was the reason why they chose to act. Bloody Battle and Han Ming were delighted. They were going to go all out. That was just right. After destroying the church, they could determine the winner and loser. If they bowed now, they would not suffer any losses. Universe 9 did not have a ruling force, so it would eventually have to be chosen internally. This was the convention of the cosmos, and foreign cosmoses would not intervene in such matters. To them, they wanted to destroy the Vatican all the time. 2/3 of their strength was enough to put a lot of pressure on the church. As the last wave of power pressed down, the defense of the church's great array began to show signs of instability, almost reaching its limit. The energy consumption was too fast, and it was replenished again and again like flowing water. The 7 church masters were all silent. Without the great array, even they could not win against such fierce firepower. Do we really have to use the last treasure? Facing the warships outside, it was not enough to completely destroy them. Use it. At least it can buy us some time. After a discussion, the church masters decided to use their trump card. Did they really think that the church was easy to bully? On a mountain, Lin Fei stood on the mountain peak, looking at the church's headquarters that was surrounded by warships. The church can't hold on any longer. Under such firepower, even Lin Fei would not dare to resist. He could not withstand it at all. It was already very good that the church could hold on until now. I reckon that they will use their trump card soon. Lin Fei did not think that they would wait helplessly for death. Resistance was inevitable. Once the church's great array is broken, even the church masters of the cosmos cannot withstand the power of the warships. This was something that Lin Fei had personally experienced. That kind of power could penetrate the defense of treasured armor and instantly destroy the physical body. This kind of technological attack could wipe out life force and destroy the internal structure, causing people to lose their lives in an instant. This had already surpassed the level of ordinary attacks. Lin Fei quietly looked at the church that was being attacked. He shook his head and turned to leave. There was nothing he could do to help with this matter. Chapter 35:17. Half a year later, the Holy See's formation was becoming more and more unstable. There were a few times when it was on the verge of collapse. During this time, a few sect leaders tried to launch a sneak attack, but they were accurately calculated. They suffered heavy losses and lost a sect leader, causing him to fall on the spot. The entire eternal universe was in an uproar. Even though they knew that the outer universe was powerful, killing a sect leader was beyond everyone's imagination. It had only been half a year. To the Holy See, losing a sect leader meant that the Holy See was doomed to decline. The people in the Holy See were in a state of panic. On the day that the formation was broken, even they did not have a good ending. A gloomy mood spread throughout the Holy See. After the Holy See lost a sect leader, a new round of attacks began. This time, the Outer Universe experts personally attacked the Holy See together. The formation that they were so proud of finally could not hold on any longer. It exceeded the limits of its power and was finally broken. The formation could not be restored. Boom, boom, boom. After losing the formation, the attacks of the battleships enveloped the Holy See. One building after another was instantly destroyed. The experts of the church were also beaten to a pulp. At this moment, no matter what treasure they had, they could not withstand the continuous attacks of the battleships. Divine Sword Sect leader, surrender. The battleships pressed down on the holy mountain. Large pieces of the palace collapsed. When the head sect leader did not appear, the Divine Sword Sect leader was the undisputed representative and the strongest existence in the entire Holy See. But this time, facing the battleship army, the Divine Sword Sect leader was clearly a head lower. Even the most powerful transcendent sword could not easily break through the defense of the battleship. Bloody Battle and the frigid Sea Sect leader finally let out a sigh of relief. The most difficult formation to break had finally been broken. Without this layer of protection, the Holy See had no capital to resist. As for the Eternal Divine Seal, it was only used to suppress one side. There was no need to worry. Speaking of which, it was a rather useless thing. If it was one-on-one, everyone would be afraid. But now was different from when they were dealing with Lin Fei. One Eternal Divine Seal could not deal with them at all. Divine Sword Sect leader, as long as you are willing to give up resistance and hand over the Holy See, I can guarantee that you will be fine. Bloody Battle jumped out and said, there is nothing more exciting than now. Without the protection of the formation, do you want the Holy See to suffer more casualties? The frigid Sea Sect leader could not wait to come out. Surrender is your only way out. The powerhouses of the alien universe didn't say anything. This kind of small scuffle was really beneath his notice. Because of this, not many people were willing to come to Universe 9. They wanted resources, but they didn't have any. No one really took a fancy to such a place. Even the development of technology was extremely slow. If it was in their universe, not to mention anything else, mobilizing a few thousand battleships would not be a problem at all. This was the difference. What a quick defeat. Far away, Lin Fei shook his head slightly. Lin Fei had already guessed that a faction from the other universe would join the fray. The church was far from being able to deal with so many battleships. Lin Fei wanted to see how the church would deal with this. Subconsciously, he believed that the Vatican would definitely not surrender, and that resistance was inevitable, such as the Vatican's trump card. Lin Fei had seen the power of the Divine Seal of Eternity before, and it was indeed extraordinary. If it was anyone else, they would not be able to escape the fate of being suppressed. He did not think that the Vatican did not have a trump card. The church was going to fight to the death. This aura. Lin Fei suddenly frowned as he stared at the headquarters of the church. Because the Immortal Sword Sect leader had made a move. Bloody Battle, Cold Sea Sect leader, Tian Yuanzi, the Vatican is not as simple as you think. The Immortal Sword Sect leader shouted, Sect leader, please lend me a hand and clear the enemy. The Immortal Sword Sect leader rushed to the sky. Bang! A treasure was crushed. Quickly kill him. Kill him. The Immortal Sword Sect leader rushed to the sky, and a wave of fear of death instantly enveloped the three of them. They had fought with the Vatican for so long, and they knew that the Vatican had a trump card, but they did not know what it was. At this moment, when the three-word sect leader came out, it instantly made them feel a terrifying aura. The battleship opened fire. It was a level 5 battleship. Dozens of attacks locked onto the immortal sword sect leader. Hua! At this moment, the sky and earth suddenly darkened, as if day had turned into night. The dozens of attacks that were shot out all stopped at this moment. On the holy mountain, a blurry figure walked out. His appearance could not be seen clearly, and only a blurry figure was left. However, the boundless pressure was like a tide. The aura of the sect leader. This is the aura of the sect leader. The boundless pressure caused even the experts from the outside universe to subconsciously form technological armor on their bodies, layer by layer protecting themselves. This is the sect leader, this aura. Lin Fei's heart trembled. Just a mere image, but it gave him the feeling that he was invincible. No, this isn't real, it's just an image. Lin Fei shook his head. The traces of the sect leader have long disappeared. This should have been left behind by the sect leader. In the eternal universe, there was only one legend about the sect leader. After that battle, the sect leader never appeared again. Some said that he was heavily injured and died, while others said that he had been reborn. There were all sorts of theories, but one thing was for sure. Something had happened to the sect leader. This also caused the sect leader to become weaker year by year. The sect leader walked over step by step, and everyone felt a terrifying, suffocating feeling. The immortal sword sect leader welcomed the sect leader's image and instantly disappeared. The huge pressure disappeared. The dusky sky also disappeared, and everything returned to normal. Shuizhan Dai. The immortal sword sect leader suddenly appeared and slashed out with his sword. A peerlessly terrifying power swept out. The power of this sword exceeded any of the previous ones. When the sword light swept out, Shuizhan, the frigid sea sect leader, and Tian Yuanzi were all annihilated on the spot. The majestic sword power did not stop, and it swept out in all directions. The Grade 2 battleship was sliced in half. Battleships followed one after the other. The experts wearing technological armor were sliced in half, and the defense of the technological armor could not even last for a breath's time before collapsing. One by one, they were killed by the sword. Quickly retreat. Retreat, retreat, retreat. The Grade 5 battleship shook violently, and a huge crack appeared, almost splitting the entire battleship in half. The power did not stop, and it continued to slash forward. At this moment, they finally panicked. The Grade 5 battleship activated its strongest ability, opening a black hole and swaggered away. The remaining battleships suffered heavy losses, and only a few could escape from the sword. The annihilation of the church had been resolved by this single sword strike. Is this the power of the sect leader? In front of this sword, Lin Fei could feel the aura of death. An unstoppable sword. Slash, slash, slash. Wherever the sword light passed, no one could block it. The crisis of the Vatican that was originally on the verge of collapse was swept clean. Chapter 35:18. The outer cosmos superpowers that participated in this operation against the Church were utterly defeated by the immortal sword religious master of the Church, shocking many other superpowers. The power of that sword shocked all superpowers. Even a Grade 5 warship could not withstand a single strike and was split into a damaged state by that sword. One could imagine how powerful it was. The Iron Veins Hall, the Nether Church, and the others had also suffered heavy losses in this siege. Who knew how many experts had been killed? They had suffered heavy losses. The eternal cosmos entered a temporary state of peace. At this moment, no one dared to look down on the Church. The power of that sword had left a deep impression on everyone. The Church was still the Church. This time they had underestimated their superpowers, causing them to behave themselves. They could not afford to offend them. The Church is still the Church. Truly terrifying. Even a cosmos warship could not withstand the power of that sword, much less a cosmos god expert. This time the Iron Veins Hall and Netherworld religion have lost both their wives and their soldiers. This battle between the church had shocked everyone. Even though many guessed that the immortal sword religious master must have used some secret technique, and the consumption was huge, it was impossible for him to use that attack a second time within a short period. Guessing was just guessing. Nobody dared to guarantee that the power of that sword would appear again. All sorts of operations against the church were temporarily halted. At this moment, nobody dared to offend the church. Church within a secret room. It was currently filled with sorrow. An old man currently lay on a bed filled with the aura of technology. He was emitting a deathly aura, and he looked like he was on his last breath. It seemed he was not far from death. If the bloody battle had occurred, Cold Sea Religious Master and the others would have recognized him. This person was none other than the Immortal Sword Religious Master. He was the #1 religious master below the Great Religious Master, and the strongest existence. But now, this Immortal Sword Religious Master was on his last breath. Compared to his previous appearance, he had aged significantly. All of you don't have to be sad. As long as you are human, there will be a day when you die. Immortal Sword Religious Master said weakly. His eyes had turned turbid and were no longer brimming with energy. The few religious masters present lowered their heads. Before this old man dies, I have done a final favor for the church by forcing them back from the cosmos. The Divine Sword Sect leader took a few deep breaths and did not have much strength left. In the next 100 or 200 years, the church doesn't have to worry, but they will still make a move. The Divine Sword Sect leader had used the Holy See's top secret technique and paid a huge price. That was a power that surpassed a level. Although the Immortal Sword Sect leader was strong, he was unable to withstand that power, and the last of his life force was exhausted. Following the words of the Immortal Sword Sect leader, the other sect leaders became even more depressed. When the Godly Sword Sect leader left, the situation of the church would become even worse. Only the Godly Sword Sect leader could use such a top-notch secret technique. We also have top-grade healing pills here. You won't die. The church still needs you. The sect masters were gloomy. There's no need to say anything. I know my situation very well. The Divine Sword Sect leader coughed. After this old man dies, the Holy Church will definitely not be a match for Kiki and the rest. If possible, you must find someone cough. All the sect masters present understood that although they were quite strong, they were definitely not on the same level as the powerhouses from the foreign universe. The Holy Church could not stop them at all, not to mention the current Holy Church, not to mention the key to the origin ground. This old man thinks cough. You can go find him. The Immortal Sword Sect leader coughed. His face became even paler. That Lin Fei, he can help the Holy Church, Lin Fei? The sect masters were dumbfounded. They did not expect that before he died, the Immortal Sword Sect leader would ask them to find Lin Fei. This made it difficult for them to accept. Although Lin Fei was very strong now, it was not easy for him to fight against the powerhouses from the foreign universe. Lin Fei can use our Holy See's secret technique. The Immortal Sword Sect leader said this for a long time, after which his aura rapidly weakened and he slowly closed his eyes. Sect leader. On this day, the Holy See's first sect leader, the Immortal Sword Sect leader, fell. Lin Fei naturally did not know about this. Ever since the Holy See used that sword, they defeated the powerhouses from the foreign universe and even heavily injured their fleet. The eternal universe immediately entered a state of peace. This calmness was because they were afraid of that sword. To Lin Fei, this sword was temporary. The second test would continue, and the second time, the Holy See might not be able to withstand it. What does it have to do with me, whether the Holy See is good or not? Lin Fei shook his head. He was really thinking too much. Ding, as a member of the Eternal Universe, please help the Holy See control the origin ground and successfully complete the opening of the origin ground. Mission completion reward: 500 mission points, 3 chances to exchange for prestige, 5 additional chances in the lottery, mission failure. Take away 3 to 5 of the host skill bars. This mission came too suddenly. System, do you have to be so domineering to be able to issue such a mission? Lin Fei was just about to enjoy his peaceful days, but in the end, a big mission came. This mission was very big. 500 mission points, 3 chances to exchange for prestige skills, big lottery. This was not something an ordinary mission could give. It was just that this mission was a bit difficult. This is a mission issued by the system for the eternal universe. The system said the host can choose not to complete it. Making Lin Fei lose 3 to 5 skill bars was something he could not accept. This was equivalent to losing 70 to 80% of his strength. The loss was too great. Sigh, I've really gotten into trouble. Lin Fei laughed bitterly. For the mission, I should also make a trip to the Holy See. Lin Fei did not think that the sword of the divine sword sect leader would be easy to execute. The price he had to pay was definitely huge, and it was very likely that it was the price of his life. He knew the defense of a level 5 warship. With his strength, he would not be able to easily break through the defense of a level 5 warship. The sword of the divine sword sect leader was a completely different level of power and was not something that could be easily controlled. Without the divine sword sect leader, Lin Fei did not even need to think to know what kind of situation it was. Lin Fei still went to the Holy See. Since the mission had been issued, it was impossible not to complete it. It was just a bit of grumbling. Infinite movement was unleashed. Lin Fei moved over. Near the periphery of the Holy See, there were ruins everywhere. Even inside, there were ruins left behind after the battle. The huge array formation had also been restored. The range of the formation has been shrunk. Now, there is only one holy mountain left. It is possible to protect one holy mountain. After all, this can reduce the energy consumption. Lin Fei sized it up and passed through the ripples of the formation. Let me find where the sect leader is. The Holy Body Mountain was filled with a depressed mood. This time the foreign forces had joined hands, and it was a huge blow to the Holy See. Under the bombardment of the warship, many experts had died in this attack. Chapter 35:19. Many days had passed since the fall of the first sect leader of the Immortal Sword Sect. Other than them, no one else knew about it. Now, the Holy Church had completely retreated, giving up their territories outside, just to protect the last holy mountain. The Immortal Sword Sect leader was the hope of everyone in the Holy Church. Once the news of the fall of the Immortal Sword Sect leader spread, the Holy Church would definitely not be able to withstand the second wave of attack. The Iron Blood Hall had suffered heavy losses, and so had the foreign forces. However, the level 5 warships were not destroyed. The existence of those technological warships was a huge pressure on the Holy Church. In order to find Lin Fei, the remaining 5 sect leaders argued for a long time. On one hand, they did not agree. Lin Fei's influence on the Holy Church was too great. The sect leaders hated Lin Fei very much. If not for Lin Fei, the Holy Church would not have been attacked. On this point, Lin Fei could not escape responsibility. Asking for Lin Fei's help was simply impossible. The Holy Church could not afford to lose face. In the next few hundred years, before the origin ground opened, they did not have to worry about those fellows making a move again. During this time, they had plenty of time to find a solution. On the other hand, they believed that they had to ask for Lin Fei's help. The current eternal universe did not have any trump cards to fight against the foreign forces. The Immortal Sword Sect leader's ultimate move was to control a stronger power. With the fall of the Immortal Sword, the remaining 5 sect leaders could not use that secret technique. Among the 5 sect leaders, 3 were against it. The remaining 2 were helpless and unwilling to give up. We don't have much time. With Lin Fei's help, the Holy Church will definitely be able to get through this crisis. The windless sect leader was on Lin Fei's side. Lin Fei had always been acting mysteriously. The Immortal Sword sect leader's words were very reasonable. If you don't ask for Lin Fei, who else do you want to find? In the entire universe, let me ask you, who else can help us? Do you really think that the 5 of us can stop them? The fall of the Immortal Sword, this news can't be hidden. In addition, the Endless Sky sect leader was also on Lin Fei's side. The current church did not have any capital. Apart from this formation and a few powerful treasures, they were powerless against those powerful warships. No. Sect leader Qin Shan shook his head. The Vatican doesn't need Lin Fei. Even if no one in the universe helps us, I can still go find other universe powers. In this universe, there are many special powers. We don't have to go find Lin Fei. As long as we pay the price, those special forces will definitely help us. I can't agree to this. You all know what kind of person Lin Fei is. He is the enemy of the church. Out of the 5 cult masters, 3 were against it. Cult Master Windless and Cult Master Yunlai were in low spirits. The 9 sect leaders had always been at odds with each other. Previously, with the Immortal Sword sect leader in charge, everyone put away their thoughts. But now that the Immortal Sword sect leader was gone, only 5 of the 9 sect leaders were left. All sorts of ideas popped up. I don't think this matter needs to be mentioned. Cult Master Qin Shan said, what we need to do now is how to resist the next attack. I think we need to find allies and external support. Cult Master Luo Yifei and Cult Master Thousand Venom looked like they were following Cult Master Qin Shan's lead. We need to find allies. The Vatican can't afford a second loss. Sect leader Windless and Sect leader Tianlan knew that there was no meaning in continuing. From the bottom of their hearts, they did not think that this was a good idea. Now that the Vatican had lost the Immortal Sword sect leader and the Great Sect leader, the Vatican would become a big fat piece of meat. It would be fine if it was during normal times, but this time the land of origin was in the territory of Universe 9. Even the most ordinary things were no longer ordinary. Now it was the worst thing. Lin Fei was different. At least they knew his background. He was also a member of Universe 9 and would never betray them. Do you have anything else to say? Sect leader Qin Shan asked. Sect leader Windless and Sect leader Tianlan shook their heads. Dong dong dong. There was movement from the door of the secret room. Sect leader Tianlan turned around and went out. After a while, he came back with a strange expression. What happened? Didn't I tell them not to come over unless the enemy attacked? Sect leader Qin Shan was slightly displeased. Lin Fei is here. The expressions of the remaining 4 sect masters changed as well. In the meeting hall, Lin Fei was sitting leisurely. I'm a good person. I didn't rush in. Originally, Lin Fei was going to find them directly, but after thinking about it, he felt that it was not good to do so. It would be like slapping the other party's face. When they meet, he could not say, Your Vatican has a big problem. Don't worry, I'm here to help you. If he said such words, Lin Fei did not need to think to know what would happen. The Vatican's face would definitely be as black as coal. Lin Fei was prepared to have a good talk with them. After all, he did not come here to fight, but to discuss something that involved a big shot released by the system. This also involved the loss of his strength. No matter what, Lin Fei had to complete it. If they don't agree, I'll beat them until they agree. Lin Fei thought to himself. No one could stop him from completing this mission. Detected that the host is suspected of cheating. First warning. Lin Fei thought happily. In the end, the system gave a warning, and he instantly felt bad. It can't be this is also considered cheating? Lin Fei was speechless. The system did not say anything, leaving Lin Fei with an unhappy thought. This is the first warning. If it is the third warning, I'm afraid there will be a big problem. Lin Fei thought to himself. This mission is indeed difficult. How could Lin Fei not see that this was increasing the difficulty of his mission? This mission to help the Vatican was not easy. Lin Fei, who allowed you to come? A person barged in, and a cold light shot out in all directions. He stared at Lin Fei, who was seated. It was sect leader Qin Shan. After Qin Shan appeared, another 4 sect leaders walked into the meeting hall with different expressions. They did not expect Lin Fei to come uninvited. Ha ha ha, this is the funniest joke I've ever heard. Lin Fei laughed. The world is so big, I can go wherever I want. Is the Vatican a tiger's den? I don't think so. They knew that Lin Fei was very powerful. It was not the first time that the Vatican's strongest formation could not stop Lin Fei. It was a huge blow to them every time. If the Vatican wasn't a tiger's den, where else could it be? Based on Lin Fei's tone, the entire Roman Curia had been reduced to nothing. Qin Shan held back his anger. He was afraid that he would not be able to control himself and would not be able to defeat Lin Fei. Chapter 35:20. Cult Master Qin Shan really didn't want to see Lin Fei. Nothing good would come out of seeing that fellow. Lin Fei wasn't easy to deal with, and Cult Master Qin Shan wasn't someone who was afraid of trouble. It was necessary to fight for his pride, or else he would have to lower his head. Threat? Lin Fei smiled and revealed an "I'm afraid" expression. Your Curia is really powerful. I've been invincible for a long time, and I haven't experienced terror in a long time. Now, I really want to experience the killing moves of your Curia. For example, I can attack here. Lin Fei pointed at his head. Cult Master Wufeng and Cult Master Endless Sky looked at each other and shook their heads. At that moment, they couldn't guess what Lin Fei was thinking. Whether it was now or in the past, none of them had seen through Lin Fei. He had displayed dazzling abilities time and time again, and besides being mysterious, he was still mysterious. Cult Master Qin Shan revealed a helpless expression. How could words that were meant to scare people be taken seriously? Lin Fei, our Curia doesn't welcome you. You can leave now. Cult Master Qin Shan shouted. Don't force us to attack. Lin Fei chuckled. Cult Master Qin Shan, it's so boring to keep talking like this. My ears are going to grow calluses. If you want to attack, just do it. Don't dawdle. You're a cult master after all. Cult Master Qin Shan's expression became even uglier. Seeing that Cult Master Qin Shan was about to explode in anger, Cult Master Wufeng interrupted. Cult Master Qin, it's rare for Manor Master Lin Fei to come, so I'm sure he must have something to say. Why don't we listen first? After all, he's a guest. Cult Master Wufeng didn't want to make a scene that couldn't be resolved. Cult Master Wufeng remembered what divine Sword Cult Master had said before he fell. If possible, it would be best to rope in Lin Fei. This would be an opportunity for the Curia. Cult Master Qin Shan actually didn't want to talk to Lin Fei, but due to his abilities and unimaginable methods, he didn't dare to attack. Cult Leader Qin Shan still had to give face to Cult Leader Windless. Everyone was a sect leader, and there was no difference in strength, unlike the Divine Sword Sect Leader, who was the strongest out of the 9 sect leaders. Sect Leader Qin Shan was convinced. Let's just listen. Cult Master Qin Shan walked in and casually found a seat to sit down. The other 3 sect leaders did the same. They all sat down. They were very curious as to what Lin Fei had come here for. What they were most worried about was that Lin Fei had guessed that the Immortal Sword Sect leader had fallen. Once this news spread out, it would mean that the Immortal Sword Sect leader's efforts would be completely meaningless. Actually, it's nothing. I'm a part of Universe 9. Lin Fei said, the current church and even the universe are no longer the same as before. I think that I might be able to help you in this matter. If it wasn't for the quest, Lin Fei wouldn't have said such a thing. Ha 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 ha. Do you, Lin Fei, also consider yourself a part of Universe 9? Sect Leader Qin Shan laughed, full of mockery. Our church has not fallen to the point where we need Governor Lin's help. Although he did not know why Lin Fei said such a thing, it was not a good thing for sect leader Qin Shan. He did not wish for Lin Fei's church to appear. We have heard of this matter. You can leave now. Sect leader Luo Yifei sneered. Our church's strength is not as simple as you think it is. So what if you are an expert from another universe? The result is still the same. Sect leader Thousand Poison followed. Unless our church can't hold on any longer, no matter how good you are, we don't need you now. Ever since he saw sect leader Qin Shan, Lin Fei realized that the possibility of this matter was not high. Out of the 5 sect leaders, 3 of them did not agree. Even if the remaining 2 supported him, this matter would not succeed. What a waste of time. Sect leader Qin Shan looked like he had roped in the other 2 sect leaders. Given the church's current situation, he had the absolute advantage. Are you sure you can handle it? Lin Fei narrowed his eyes. I want to help the church, but it is not a good thing. If I refuse this time, there might not be a next time. Cult Master Qin, I think we should consider it. Cult Master Windless still hoped to work with Lin Fei. Lin Fei's words had truly provoked him. No need. Cult Master Qin Shan said coldly. You can leave now. Our church does not welcome you. Lin Fei had been a little presumptuous this time. If he had known this would happen, he would have waited. He had lost too much face. I hope you don't regret this. Lin Fei used infinite movement and left the church's sacred mountain. Who does Lin Fei think he is? If it wasn't for our internal and external troubles, we would have dealt with him first. Cult Master Qin Shan said coldly. Windless Cult Master and Endless Sky Cult Master didn't say anything. 3-2. They indeed couldn't beat them. What a waste of time. Lin Fei stood on a huge mountain far away from the sacred mountain. Luckily, the mission has no time limit, but if I take too long, I reckon there will be problems. Lin Fei became nervous. Things didn't go smoothly from the start. Lin Fei wanted to use force, but now he couldn't. This was equivalent to cutting off one of Lin Fei's ideas. Do I really have to take the normal route? Lin Fei pondered. If I really leave like this, I really can't accept it. This was the first time he had encountered such a troublesome mission. Let me think. Lin Fei suppressed the unhappiness in his heart. He could definitely complete the mission given by the system. He just didn't have the right place to start. After a long time, Lin Fei's lips curled into a smile. Maybe I can start from them. Qin Shan is becoming more and more overbearing. In the secret room, Windless Cult Master and Endless Sky Cult Master sat together. Both were in a bad mood. Originally, Lin Fei took the initiative to come to us as a form of respect and agreed smoothly. It's like we have external help. I really don't know what Cult Master Qin Shan is thinking. Endless Sky Cult Master's face was gloomy now that they have offended Lin Fei. Let's see how they can stop those people. Endless Sky Cult Master was silent. What was originally a good matter was completely ruined. Subconsciously, the leader of the Windless Cult still hoped that Lin Fei would make a move. Not many people could snatch a battleship from the Astral Sea Astrals without daring to take revenge. But now it was all over. Now we can only take one step at a time. Endless Sky Cult Master sighed. Why don't we ally with some people? Endless Sky Cult Master said softly. I'm worried that the church will be completely destroyed in their hands. Qin Shan wasn't this overbearing before. Now that things have turned out like this, maybe one day there will be no need for us to exist. How dare he? Endless Sky Cult Master said angrily. Chapter 35:21. The Windless Cult Leader and the Endless Sky Cult Leader had been in charge of the Vatican for a long time. Naturally, they did not wish to see the Vatican fall. If the next wave of crisis could not be resolved, the Vatican would not be able to withstand the next wave of attacks. Currently, the Vatican was only struggling at death's door. "The two of you, can we have a talk?" In the secret room, a third voice was heard. Lin Fei's figure appeared in the secret room, smiling at the two cult leaders. "You really did not leave." The windless cult leader was not too shocked. "Your concealment technique is really amazing. The dignified Vatican is nothing in the entire eternal universe. Only you can do that." The endless sky cult leader was not worried that Lin Fei would make a move. "The windless cult leader really understands me." Lin Fei smiled and sat down. "It's just that some people are not so good. It's rare for me to come to the Vatican, but they did not give me face. Are they not afraid of me making a move? You should know that if I make a move now, not many people in the Vatican can stop me." Lin Fei also came to see the windless cult leader and the endless sky cult leader because of their performance at that time. "I can't make a decision on this matter." The windless cult leader said, "The current Vatican is not the Vatican of the past. As you can see, Governor Lin's kindness, I can only appreciate it." When Lin Fei heard this, he knew that there was a chance. As a part of the eternal universe, as long as the Vatican exists, the eternal universe is still the eternal universe. Lin Fei said, "I hope to see the Vatican continue to be in charge. It's better than outsiders, right?" This made the windless cult leader very satisfied. "Governor Lin is considerate. If there's a day when I really need you, I will definitely contact you. Your intention is also good, and it's all for the Vatican." The windless cult leader said. On the other side, in the same secret room on a mountain peak, formations were arranged one after another. "That windless guy is really stubborn." The Thousand Poisons sect leader gloomily said, "The Immortal Sword sect leader is already dead. What can he do?" "Brother Qin, we have to guard against this matter in case Windless joins forces with Lin Fei one day. After all, that Lin Fei is quite strange. The experts of the Astral Sea Spirit race still don't dare to deal with Lin Fei." Sect Master Luo Yifei said. Sect Master Qin Shan frowned slightly. Windless, he wouldn't dare to act recklessly. Right now, in the church, what we say counts. Cult Master Qin Shan said. For safety's sake, I think we can contact external powers or we'll contact them about this. The Thousand Poison sect leader said, as long as we have external support, we will have confidence. At that time, Wu Feng and Tianlan will no longer be biased towards that Lin Fei. All right, I'll leave this matter to you. Lin Fei did not succeed in his first attempt after returning from the Vatican. As for the system mission, he temporarily put it aside, but he had been paying attention to the changes in the Vatican. In the meantime, the windless sect leader arranged for Unnatural to be the middleman. Some of the things that happened in the Vatican would be sorted out and sent over. What happened today, what happened tomorrow, Lin Fei was very clear. Perhaps because the windless sect leader tried to complete the Immortal Sword sect leader's mission, and thus agreed to find Lin Fei for help, Sect Master Qin Shan did a few things. For example, the remaining 5 sect leaders in the Vatican were not enough, so he decided to expand, restoring the 9 sect leaders of the day, and re-establish the prestige of the Vatican. This matter could not be stopped by the windless sect leader and Tianlan sect leader. In the end, the 4 sect leaders were chosen, and all of them were Sect Master Qin Shan's people. Originally, the influence of windless and Tianlan sect leader was quickly suppressed. But in the eyes of outsiders, everything seemed normal. That Sect Master Qin Shan's ambition is not small. Hearing the news brought by Unnatural, Lin Fei laughed. Who knew that Sect Master Qin Shan would expand the number of sect leaders? On the surface, it was to re-establish the prestige of the Vatican, but in reality, it was for his personal power and to be able to control the Vatican. Unnatural said in a deep voice, "Now the power of the windless sect leader and Tianlan sect leader is much smaller, and it is justifiable. There is nothing to say. Lin Fei was actually very happy in his heart. Cause trouble. Cause as much trouble as possible. If the Vatican does not cause trouble, how can he complete the system mission? Perhaps things will get better. Fei Tianqing sighed. It's difficult. 30 years later. Within the Vatican, the influence of the windless sect leader and Tianlon sect leader was almost suppressed. They basically did not care about anything. The people below only recognized the new sect leaders and completely ignored the windless sect leader and Tianlon sect leader. In another meeting, the 9 sect leaders sat left and right. I don't agree. The windless sect leader stood up. Qin Shan, what are you trying to do? Today, Cult Master Qin Shan announced that he had found external help. It was a special power of Universe 5 called the Mercenary Army. This mercenary army is very special. Why is it special? Because they specialize in helping people solve problems. Everything can be solved. As long as you pay enough benefits, the mercenary army will do anything. In the universe, the reputation of the mercenary army is very bad. It can be considered as notorious. Internal divisions, wars between empires, their shadows can be seen everywhere. The windless sect leader can accept external support, but he will never agree to invite the mercenary army to Universe 9. Windless. I am doing this for the good of the Vatican. Sect leader Qin Shan said, Our Vatican cannot afford to be tossed around. We need to find a powerful force to help us, and the mercenary army has always been very powerful. They have their own fleet, and with the addition of the mercenary army, it will be more shocking than 10 Lin Feis. But don't forget the mercenary army's way of doing things. Perhaps they will help us today, but once they figure out the truth, our Vatican will be attacked by them. The windless sect leader sneered. Don't say that. You don't know the morality of the mercenary army. They have done this kind of thing many times. I will never agree. The windless sect leader has not been involved in matters for the past 20 to 30 years. Regarding Qin Shan's matter, he has basically turned a blind eye. But if the mercenary army is introduced, it is absolutely impossible. That group of notorious people can transform into a fierce tiger at any time. Currently, the Vatican has lost its strongest force. It is very difficult to resist the attack, especially if the mercenary army enters the Vatican. They are like a bomb that can explode at any time. Regarding this matter, the windless sect leader will never agree. Seeing the windless sect leader's firm attitude, sect leader Qin Shan said, I am doing this for the good of the Vatican. If you don't agree, then let's vote together. The windless sect leader stared at sect leader Qin Shan. You are really shameless. Windless sect leader, I don't like hearing your words. What is shameless? This is fair, okay? The 1,000 Poison sect leader said, The mercenary army is very powerful. It is the support that our Vatican needs. Let's vote. The result is obvious. Chapter 35:22. On the peak of the windless cult Master's Mountain, Qin Shan wants to destroy the mercenary army. After the windless cult Master returned, his face was black. Even if he was beaten to death, he wouldn't dare to believe that cult Master Qin Shan would hire mercenaries. Was it worth it for the mercenaries to mobilize? The church must have paid a huge price. If it was some other special force, the unwindy cult leader might not be so worried. However, this was a mercenary army. Is that all we can do? The Endless Sky sect master asked in a low voice. The windless cult leader shook his head. We can't stop it. Qin Shan is in the right now. We can't do anything to him. Once the mercenaries arrive, the Vatican will be finished very quickly. Even after 20 or 30 years had passed, the church hadn't made any moves. To the Iron Blood Hall and the Dark Sect, the church was still in existence akin to an egg. Once the mercenaries arrived and learned about the ins and outs of the church, they dared not imagine what would happen. If the head sect master was here, the mercenaries wouldn't have dared to do so even if they were given 100 guts. They would have borrowed the power of the sacred mountain to kill their enemies, now that the head sect master was gone, and the first sect master, the divine sword sect master, had also fallen. Why don't we take down cult master Qin Shan? Endless Sky, religious master, said. During the past few years, he has been pushing aside those cosmos gods, causing the Holy Church to feel uneasy. As long as we stand out, many people will stand on our side. The windless cult master shook his head with a wry smile. Although I was worried that the mercenaries would act recklessly, it didn't happen. If they really did, it wouldn't be justified. Despicable. Endless Sky, sect, master cursed. The news that the church had gone to look for mercenaries also reached Lin Fei's ears immediately. It was the unnatural who delivered the news. Now that the entire church is in favor of it, the two church masters have no other choice. Unnatural said with great hatred. The morality of the mercenaries has spread throughout the universe. Even the Vatican of our universe, 9, has heard of them. They are a group of tigers, leopards, jackals, and wolves. Lin Fei didn't expect sect Master Qin Shan to act so quickly. It had only been 30 years. Are mercenaries really that powerful? Lin Fei definitely didn't know. Very strong. They have powerful battleships. It is said that there is a grade 8 warship, and in the entire universe, the number of grade 8 warships can be counted on one hand. Class 8 warship. Lin Fei was shocked. The might of a level 5 battleship was already terrifying, let alone a level 8 battleship. This mercenary army was indeed different. What they pursue is benefits. As long as the benefits are greater, they will help that person. The unnatural said. Sometimes they will even switch sides because the other party is willing to pay a great price. This kind of power was indeed unpredictable. Lin Fei didn't like this kind of power. What the windless sect master is worried about might actually happen. Lin Fei said, "If something really happens that day, I will help. I hope Wu Feng and Tianlan's sect leader will not refuse my kindness." Unnatural nodded. "I will report this to the two sect masters." After the unnatural left, Lin Fei's lips curled up as he said, "Sect Master Qin Shan is courting death." He even dared to invite a notorious power. He really didn't know if his brain was caught in the door or if his eyes were blind. This is also good. If he wasn't blind, how could he find a mercenary army? Lin Fei said with a smile, "I hope this mercenary army doesn't disappoint me. Whether a good show can be staged or not, it all depends on you. I still hope to complete the system task." The first step was to obtain the consent of the Holy See. Now it seems that this first step is about to arrive. On the way to Universe 9, a fleet of battleships was heading towards them majestically. This was a black fleet with a total of 25 battleships. The leading ones were 2 level 5 battleships, 3 driver battleships, and the rest were all level 3 battleships. The strength of such battleships was indeed unreasonably fierce. Big brother, this is a big deal. Inside the level 5 battleship, several burly men sat together. They were all wearing high-tech armor, and their bodies were tightly protected from head to toe. At this time, they had all taken off their masks and were eating meat and drinking wine in big mouthfuls. The one called Big Brother was a strong man with thick eyebrows and big eyes. "It's definitely a big deal. Our mercenary army is going to make a fortune." Mo sure said with a smile, "You don't know, but the current eternal universe has almost become a battlefield. Without the great sect master, Universe 9 is no longer Universe 9. But Big Brother, I heard that the last time we besieged the Holy See, they seemed to have a big killer move that repelled everyone's siege. Several level 5 battleships were damaged. To be able to damage level 5 battleships, they must be extremely strong." The few people sitting were the captains of this time's fleet, and Mo Sure was the captain of the large fleet, who was in charge of commanding the captains present. That level of attack is actually just to scare people, not to mention that we are going to help the Holy See this time. Mosher said with a smile, "Whether they're experts or not, we will know if we want to know." Ha ha! Mosher drank a big mouthful of wine. "Speed up. How can we, the mercenary army, miss this victory? Also, we will have a part of that origin land." It had been 60 years since the meeting of the Vatican. A fleet entered the eternal universe. In these 60 years, the eternal universe had been very quiet. Ever since the Hall of Iron Veins suffered a big loss, there had been no movement. As for those forces from the external universe, they also did not make a move. That sword attack had made them pay a huge price. It's the symbol of the mercenary army. Why are they here? It seems to be heading in the direction of the Holy See. Are they here to help the Holy See? One by one, the forces recognized this fleet. The 2 level 5 battleships shocked them. They are here. The Windless Cult Master and the Endless Sky Cult Master did not go to welcome them, but they did not give up on paying attention to the movements outside. When this battleship stopped outside the Holy See's array formation, the 20 battleships were very eye-catching, especially the level 5 battleship at the front. On the battleship was a big black flag, which was the symbol of the mercenary army. 2 level 5 battleships. After taking a look, the Windless Cult Master's heart sank. This force was stronger than he had imagined. Once they entered the Holy See, the consequences would be unimaginable. Is this part of the mercenary army's strength? Lin Fei was also paying attention as he stood on a mountain outside the Holy See. They are much stronger than those forces from the external universe. That sect Master Qin Shan is really willing to pay. Lin Fei observed the battleships. With such a fleet, it would be exceptionally easy for them to sweep through any force in Universe 9. They were ferocious beyond belief. Boom! 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 Just as Lin Fei was observing the fleets, he noticed that all the level 3 battleships had turned around and were firing at the same time. The area around the Holy See was instantly affected. In an instant, the sky was filled with artillery fire. Chapter 35:23. The mercenaries attacked ferociously and instantly killed all the spies around them. The huge mountains were blasted apart by the warship's cannons, causing dust to fly everywhere, causing everyone to suck in a breath of cold air. Cult Master Qin Shan passionately invited him into the sacred mountain of the Vatican. All the battleships remained outside the sacred mountain. That night, Cult Master Qin Shan and the other 6 cult masters welcomed the mercenaries, and the commotion was not small. A show of strength. Lin Fei smiled coldly. Level 5 warship, it's indeed an extraordinary move. Mercenaries, hee hee. The news of the mercenaries coming to the eternal universe spread like wildfire. The show of strength outside the sacred mountain also made the universe's power sink. Just what were the mercenaries planning? A few days later, under the personal leadership of Cult Master Qin Shan, the church, which had been silent for decades, finally launched a counterattack. The first faction was the Iron Veins Hall. Boom, boom, boom. Retreat. We can't hold on any longer. The battleship is not something we can stop. Retreat, retreat. Boom, 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 boom. Outside the warship, the 1,000 Venom Sect leader activated his treasures and continuously attacked the experts of the Iron Veins Hall. Ha ha ha, even Iron Blood Hall has such a day. Today everyone will die. The 1,000 Poison Sect Master laughed wildly. With the help of the mercenaries, the formation was destroyed. The Hall of Iron Veins suffered a crushing defeat. With the cooperation of the mercenaries, the church began their counterattack from the front. The 3 local factions, including the Iron Blood Hall, were greatly weakened and suffered heavy losses. All kinds of experts were as weak as ants in front of the warship. Everywhere it passed, corpses were everywhere. The territories that they had previously occupied were all snatched back by the church. Countless factions that had sought refuge with them knelt on the ground and begged for mercy, claiming that they were being threatened. This time, the Vatican chose to forgive them, but also made them the vanguard and used them as cannon fodder. In a short period of time, the Church had recovered a large amount of lost land. During this period, the forces from the other universes chose to remain silent. Not a single one of them jumped out. The power of the Vatican's mercenaries was like the sun in the sky. 5 months later, the Vatican took back almost all of the lost land. The Hall of Iron Veins and the others had completely lost the ability to resist. Other than the initial resistance, they all chose to give up. At this moment, the eternal universe returned to its original state. No one had expected the Church to stand up again, and with the help of the mercenary army, they managed to turn the tide of their defeat and once again found their voice. The factions that thought that the Church would be eradicated hurriedly sent gifts and captured the subordinates of the Iron Blood Hall and other rebel factions. 1 year later, the Vatican regained absolute control over the eternal universe. The members of the Hall of Iron Veins were also confined to an extremely small area, looking like they were on the verge of death. In everyone's opinion, they would not be able to escape this calamity and would be annihilated soon. Everyone sighed. Everyone was shocked by the strength of the mercenaries. Their technology was truly amazing. They had managed to turn the situation around in just a month. The holy mountain of the Church. The windless Hierophant sat in the courtyard with a pot of wine in front of him and muttered to himself, "Did I see wrongly? The mercenaries really came to help the Church out of goodwill, and they even kept their promise." When the mercenaries arrived, the unwindy hierarch did not believe them. The scene in front of him was indeed unexpected. The unwindy hierarch knew that he was wrong this time. He had always been against this matter. In just a year, the Church had regained their lost territory, which was a huge slap to their face. Their influence within the Church had taken a heavy blow. The unwindy hierarch still felt that it was too fast. This was different from what he had imagined. Unwindy, Qin Shan will be holding a celebration tonight. The endless sky hierarch walked in. So fast. The unwindy hierarch drank a mouthful of wine. The endless sky hierarch sat beside him. The most infuriating thing is that they want us to attend the banquet as well. He really thinks he's the great hierarch now. The unwindy hierarch sneered. I don't know what Qin Shan is thinking. He's just trying to hurt me. If we don't go, what can he do to us? The endless sky hierarch said, We are also hierarchs. Go, we must go. The unwindy hierarch said, Qin Shan has done a great deed for the Church. We have to give him some face. At night, in a grand palace of the Church. You're here too. I heard you killed a few experts from the Iron Veins Hall. He who asked them to rebel against the Church. They stood together in groups of 3 or 4. Their gazes fell on the group of people at the innermost area. The mercenaries invited by the Church. In this year, the mercenaries displayed a terrifying strength, unknowingly shocking many powerhouses. Tonight's celebration banquet was actually to thank the mercenaries. At this moment, sect leader Qin Shan was proud and elated, chatting happily with Mo Shi and the other mercenaries. Wu Feng and Endless Sky Hierarch are here. Someone whispered beside sect leader Qin Shan. This year was the happiest and most exciting for sect leader Qin Shan. This time, if I don't slap your faces, I'm not Qin Shan, sect leader Qin Shan snorted. I don't need Lin Fei. I can still lead the Church out of this predicament. Ever since he found the mercenaries, sect leader Qin Shan went from being doubted at the start to being like the sun in the sky. In a short year, he solved the Church's biggest problem and confirmed his unshakable position. He, Wu Feng, and Endless Sky Hierarch are probably regretting it now. They dared to doubt sect leader Qin Shan. I really admire them. Being a hierarch to this extent, they might as well put down their identity. Who in the Church still treats them as hierarchs? The new hierarchs purposely raised their voices. When Wu Feng and Endless Sky Hierarch came in, no one came up to greet them. Everyone looked at the two hierarchs with a gloating expression. Sect leader Wufeng wasn't angry. We are hierarchs. There's no need to lower ourselves to their level. Endless Sky hierarch couldn't stand their behavior. No one knew better than them that they were purposely saying that to provoke them. I just can't take this lying down. Endless Sky hierarch glared at them. He wasn't a good-tempered person to begin with. Sect leader Wufeng looked at Mo Shi. Not long after, the palace was almost filled with people. Everyone had an excited expression on their faces. As sect leader Qin Shan walked to the front, everyone stopped. Our church won. With just one sentence, everyone cheered. Hierarch is mighty. Hierarch is domineering. A bunch of bootlickers, fence-sitters. Endless Sky hierarch cursed. They can't fight, but they're all good at bootlicking. Sect leader Wufeng didn't say anything. Currently, sect leader Qin Shan had the greatest influence in the church. Naturally, there were bootlickers. This time the church won because of the mercenaries from the Outerverse. Let us welcome them with a round of applause. Sect leader Qin Shan was the first to clap. Chapter 35:24. The victory of the cult was completely due to the mercenaries. They were the greatest contributors. There was nothing wrong with cult master Qin Shan's words. At that moment, everyone looked at Mo Shi, the person in charge of the mercenaries. Lord Mo, please say a few words to us. Without the mercenaries, there wouldn't be the cult. Cult Master Qin Shan said with a smile. After repeated invitations, Mo Shi agreed. Cult Master Qin Shan had borrowed the power of the mercenaries to change the situation and establish his position. He wouldn't miss the chance to befriend them. Mo Shi walked over in his armor with a faint smile on his face. Cult Master Qin is too polite. Mo Shi looked at everyone. As members of the mercenaries, our goal is to take money and do things for others. It's only right and proper. If we do well, everyone will be happy and we will be happy too. Clap, 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 everyone applauded. His words struck a chord in everyone's hearts. Cult Master Qin Shan's face was glowing. From start to finish, he had been the one in charge of this. Who dared to say he wasn't capable? He could pull the cult back from the brink of defeat. Since it's rare for everyone to gather here tonight, I'll announce something on behalf of Cult Master Qin. Mo Shi smiled at Cult Master Qin Shan. Cult Master Qin Shan is embarrassed to say this, but as a friend, I feel the need to tell everyone. Cult Master Qin Shan was puzzled and surprised. I don't remember saying this. Everyone was curious too. What could Cult Master Qin Shan be embarrassed to say? Since he didn't say anything, everyone believed him and waited eagerly. Cult Master Windless frowned. What is he trying to do? It's definitely not good, Cult Master Endless Sky said in a low voice. As the two of them were standing far away, no one was around, so they weren't afraid of being heard. Last time I was chatting with Cult Master Qin Shan, he kept saying why the cult declined step by step, causing it and even Universe 9 to become like this. Mo Shi looked at everyone and said, what I want to say now is that the cult needs a great cult master to take charge of the 9th universe. I believe that Cult Master Qin is fully qualified to be the great cult master. There are mercenaries who will stand firmly behind Cult Master Qin. Hua! The entire hall was in an uproar. Cult Master Qin Shan's face turned red, and his breathing became urgent. His qi and blood flowed faster than usual. How could he say that? Mo Shi said with a smile. Now, who supports it and who opposes it? His voice wasn't very loud, but it was unusually loud at this moment. This is impossible. A cosmos god shook his head. The eternal universe only has the head sect master. Another cosmos god stood out. Deep down, everyone still believed in the great sect master. Great cult master is a thing of the past. Who's saving the cult? It's Cult Master Qin. Mo Shi shouted. If you dare to go against Cult Master Qin, you are looking down on me and the mercenaries. Men, kill them." Boom! At the entrance of the palace, a group of mercenaries rushed in, armed with high-tech energy guns. Kill! The energy gun was fired. Beams of light swept over. Pew. The light beam shot over, causing a cosmos god to turn into a hornet's nest on the spot. "Run! Don't kill me! I don't want to die! Spare me! I'm willing to support Cult Master Qin. I don't want to die! Qin Shan, you will die a horrible death." So. The great palace had turned into a field of asuras. All the experts present were suffering from indiscriminate attacks. The defensive treasures they put up were instantly broken, and they could no longer hold on. "Sir Mo, what are you doing?" Cult Master Qin Shan could no longer sit still. Mo sure looked at the one-sided massacre and indifferently said, "I'm helping you solve your problem. Unless you don't want to be the great sect master? I know you do. As long as you have our mercenaries behind you, even if that half-dead great sect master comes, we can still deal with him. What do you think, Cult Master Qin Shan?" Cult Master Qin Shan's heart skipped a beat. "Mo, sure, you are shameless." At this moment, he realized that he had been tricked. "Cult Master Qin Shan, it's best that you don't move. If my subordinates tremble, it won't be a good thing to you or me." It was unknown when, but several people had appeared behind Cult Master Qin Shan. Their black muzzles were pointed at him. A wave of death aura locked onto the body of Cult Master Qin Shan. "Those who don't want to die, kneel on the ground in pain. This is your only chance." Mo sure looked at the people being massacred and said indifferently, "I will kneel. Don't kill me. I surrender." Many figures took the initiative to kneel on the ground. They were trembling. Just a group of mercenaries had defeated them, and their hearts were dead. Mo sure looked up. "Windless Religious Master, Endless Sky Religious Master, are you still going to resist?" Taking a step out, Mo sure punched out and closed in on Endless Sky Religious Master. The protective treasure armor in front of Endless Sky Religious Master let out a kacha sound. It was filled with cracks. Hong. Endless Sky Religious Master, who was punched consecutively, had his entire body exploding. He fell onto the ground and could not get up. Mo sure watched indifferently. "A cosmos god like you is too weak." Endless Sky Religious Master was beaten to the point that he could not retaliate. "Windless, hurry up and leave." Endless Sky Religious Master's expression turned pale. The aura on his body suddenly erupted. He had instantaneously executed the burning secret technique. He flipped over and charged at Mo sure. "Hurry up and leave." Before the energy spear, Windless Religious Master could hardly hold on. The light shield around him started rippling continuously as if it would break at any moment. At the moment when he acted, Windless Religious Master reacted, but he still underestimated how powerful it was. The incoming attack could not be broken at all. He could only passively resist it, because the incoming attack was so fierce, coupled with the small space, he could not execute it. Endless Sky. Windless Religious Master supported the light shield with scarlet eyes. "Leave." Mo sure punched the other party away. "Nobody can leave tonight." Endless Sky Religious Master, who flew out, was immediately caught. A light sword pierced through the heart of Endless Sky Religious Master. "It will be your turn soon." Mo sure took a step out and slashed out with his sword. "Yuan Great Continent, Sacred Mountain. Will the mercenaries be honest?" Lin Fei faced the night sky and drank. Ever since the mercenaries acted, the Iron Blood Hall and the others suffered a huge defeat. The outer cosmos maintained their silence. The church reversed their disadvantageous position and regained their lost territory. It was as though they had returned to the past. That Qin Shan religious master was like the sun in the sky. He was hailed as a great hero of the church. Lin Fei felt unhappy. His mission would most likely be hard to complete. Fortunately, the system did not give any warnings. That gave Lin Fei some confidence. Things were not that bad. Hua! A black hole appeared, a figure fell down, and the smell of blood filled the air. Who? Lin Fei grabbed out with one hand. A person landed in his hand. It's me, Windless. Windless religious master was currently in a terrible state. Half his body had been blasted apart. His aura was exceptionally weak. Chapter 35:25. Heartless cult master escaped to the sacred mountain with heavy injuries. Lin Fei was surprised. No one can save you. Just as the windless cult leader shouted for help, a light sword pierced out of the black hole at lightning speed. A sharp voice could be heard. It was Mo Shi. Lin Fei raised his head and scoffed. He took a step forward and arrived above Heartless Cult Master. He punched out. Ka, ka, ka. The fist collided with the light sword. Under the tremendous impact, the power radiated outwards, shattering the void. You dare to make a move in my territory? Who dares to challenge you? The power of the light sword followed the momentum and shattered numerous layers of defense. In the end, they were all blocked. It only took an instant for them to exchange blows. Governor Lin, I will remember you. A voice came from the black hole. He is lucky. Mo Shi kept the light sword. He had underestimated Heartless Cult Master. He actually had such a treasure. Mo Shi didn't care that Heartless Cult Master had left. The situation was in his hands now. In the palace, corpses were everywhere. The remaining experts knelt on the ground and shivered. They looked like they were waiting for their punishment. Mo Shi walked over. Congratulations, Cult Master Qin. From today onwards, you are the great cult master of the cult. You will control the entire eternal universe and rule the world. Cult Master Qin Shan had a dark expression. I'm afraid I will become your puppet. Cult Master Qin Shan didn't expect that he would be used. As a result, he was now a prisoner. None of the experts that came tonight could stop the attack of the mercenaries. At least, I will give you the chance to rule the world. Mo Shi smiled. Who knows if you don't say it? I think you should understand that this is good for everyone. Cult Master Qin Shan was silent. 3 days later, I will hold a ceremony for you. The entire universe will know. Mo Shi walked over and patted Qin Shan's shoulder. Prepare yourself well. I hope to see a domineering sect leader Qin Shan and not a soulless Qin Shan. If so, I don't mind changing to a new one. Cult Master Qin Shan sighed. You win. I will go back to rest. That night, on the sacred mountain of the cult, a cleansing operation started. Inside the sacred mountain, the wind howled and cranes howled. The next day, a sensational news spread throughout the eternal universe. Sect Master Qin Shan would ascend to the position of Great Sect Master 3 days later. When this news came out, the entire universe was in an uproar. I'll be the first to approve of Qin Shan as the head sect master. Qin Shan is a great hero. Of course, he can become the great sect leader. He's insane. How can Qin Shan be the great sect master? All kinds of news were flying around to the forces from the other universes. This time it was definitely Mo Shi's doing. There had never been a second great sect master in the eternal universe. Even though countless years had passed, no great sect master had dared to sit in the position of great sect master. Qin Shan was ambitious, but he didn't have the guts. It was obvious who the mastermind was. They could not help but admire the shamelessness of the mercenaries. They could not afford to play such tricks. After saving the windless cult leader, Lin Fei immediately sent people to investigate. Something must have happened to the church. Governor Lin, it's all thanks to you that I survived last night. The windless hierarch looked much better. Under the tree in the yard, the two of them sat facing each other. It's just a small matter. Lin Fei shook his head. Your appearance last night was indeed out of my expectations. The windless hierarch smiled bitterly. I didn't expect the mercenary Mo sure to be this shameless. I'm afraid Qin Shan has become a puppet now. Lin Fei already knew what happened last night. He sighed. The mercenaries were truly impressive. The mercenaries sure are impressive. Lin Fei commented. The windless hierarch went silent. Lord, something big has happened. Li Hu ran in. I've just received news that the church will hold the great sect master appointment ceremony in 3 days. Li Hu himself was also quite shocked. How could Qin Shan be the great sect master? The mercenaries sure are cunning. The windless hierarch roared, then stood up and said to Lin Fei, Governor Lin, I have a favor to ask of you. Finally, the main topic. Last night, when the windless hierarch narrowly escaped death, Lin Fei knew that his chance had come. He had been waiting for the windless hierarch to speak. He couldn't be anxious about this. It would be best if the windless hierarch spoke. From Lin Fei's point of view, the internal affairs of the church would take at least a few decades, or even a century. Who would have thought everything happened so quickly? It had only been a few years. Speak. Lin Fei smiled. We can be considered friends. As a member of the eternal universe, as long as I can do it, I won't refuse. Since he wasn't used to the windless hierarch, he would agree no matter what he said. I hope that Governor Lin can help me chase away the mercenaries. The windless hierarch spoke seriously. If Qin Shan becomes the great sect master, I won't say anything. In fact, the church is indeed lacking a great sect master and a leader. But this time, the mercenaries are shamelessly leading everything. This is something I can't tolerate. I hope that Governor Lin can help. Lin Fei frowned. If it was someone else, I might be able to, but the mercenaries, the windless hierarch indeed wanted Lin Fei to help. Although the mercenaries were powerful, Lin Fei had many tricks up his sleeves. He might not necessarily lose. Governor Lin, this is only my personal request. If it's not possible, then forget it. The windless hierarch naturally knew how terrifying the mercenaries were. No matter who it was, they would treat this matter seriously. I need to consider. Lin Fei said. The windless hierarch was indeed worried about being rejected. Fortunately, it wasn't a cruel rejection. Considering didn't mean there was no chance. I'll be grateful no matter what. A day later. In the meantime, Lin Fei secretly went to the church. This time, the church had a new formation set up inside and outside, making it even more powerful. After some investigation, Lin Fei had a rough idea of what was going on. The church was currently under the control of the mercenaries. At the important places, the mercenaries had set up heavy defenses. The interior of the church had also changed. There were mercenaries on guard everywhere. Thank you. I thank you on behalf of them. The windless hierarch heard the final reply, and finally heaved a sigh of relief. It wasn't easy. The windless hierarch believed divine sword hierarch's words. This is what I should do. Lin Fei nodded. It's not their turn to interfere in the eternal universe. What Lin Fei was worried about didn't happen. The system didn't notify him. Lin Fei was relieved. If even the system stopped him from doing this, then Lin Fei would be powerless even if he wanted to. The two of them started to discuss. In the end, the windless hierarch couldn't win against Lin Fei. Everything was done according to what Lin Fei said. The remaining 2 days passed in the blink of an eye. On the ruins outside the church's sacred mountain, it was already cleaned up. Colorful flags fluttered and lanterns hung high. There was a festive atmosphere everywhere. The ceremony was held there. Cult Master Qin, congratulations. Cult Master Qin, great news. Many big shots appeared in the church. Chapter 35-26. Today, the Vatican was bustling. Everyone was here to celebrate. Sect leader Qin Shan greeted everyone with a smile. Nobody knew how bitter he felt. He was obviously tricked, but he still had to put on an act in the end. Sect leader Qin Shan regretted it. He definitely wouldn't have looked for mercenaries. Now he had no choice but to do it. Mo Shi's gaze swept over from time to time. It was an indistinct warning. Soon, it was time for the ceremony. Although some people didn't come, they were secretly paying attention to this place. Time's up, begin the ceremony. Someone announced. Mo Shi smiled. Once the ceremony is done, I will be controlling this universe's righteousness. With this righteousness in hand, it would be easy for him to deal with others. As for whether they would admit it or not, it was another matter. He didn't care at all. Sect leader Qin Shan went up the stage. He proceeded step by step. Ceremony completed. Welcome, great sect leader. Welcome, great sect leader. At this moment, everyone knelt down and said in unison. Sect leader Qin Shan also became great sect leader. Seems like we are not too late. Lin Fei brought sect leader Feng over. Sect leader Qin Shan had just completed the ceremony. He really has the cheek to do it. Sect leader Feng's killing intent was cold. Lin Fei smiled. Let's kill our way in now. Sect leader Feng nodded. I will leave everything to Manor Lord Lin. This time, Lin Fei didn't bring anyone else. Apart from sect leader Feng, there was no one else. Facing Mo Shi's mercenaries, Lin Fei didn't dare to be careless in case he suffered heavy losses. After sect leader Qin Shan became great sect leader, he proceeded to the next step, which was to reward everyone. I announce, Mo Shi had a faint smile on his face. Ha ha ha! A burst of laughter resounded. Hong hong hong! As the laughter resounded, the mercenaries all had a splitting headache. Their bodies exploded like fireworks. Me. I can't take it anymore. This laughter contained a terrifying attack. In an instant, a large number of people turned into blood mist without any ability to resist. Even if they wore armor, it was useless now. Still, he died and his Tao vanished. Who is it? Mo Shi's armor appeared around his body, but he was still hit by waves of attacks. The lightsaber in his hand slashed at the laughing figure. A ray of sword light shot out in a mighty manner. Everywhere it passed, space was slashed open, reaching the depths of the universe barrier. Hurry up and board the battleship. Mo Shi was also furious. Who dared to make a move? They were mercenaries from a special force that had existed for millions of years. Boom, boom, boom. The laughter continued to reverberate. The warriors brought by Mo Shi activated their armors, but to no avail. One by one, they turned into blood mist. In the blink of an eye, they suffered heavy losses. What a fierce attack! Who is it? Even a mercenary has such a day. The forces that were paying attention gloated. Mercenaries were rude and overbearing. They were despicable and shameless. No power like them. Mo Shi's lightsaber kept slashing out. Every sword strike was like a stone sinking into the ocean. He didn't even manage to injure the other party. Damn it. Mo Shi cursed in a low voice. Your Excellency killed the people of my mercenary army. Aren't you afraid of the mercenary army's retaliation? Ha ha ha. What's the big deal about revenge? In the eternal universe, who do you think you are? A figure appeared in front of Mo Shi. With a punch, absolute hit. A light shield appeared, neutralizing the layers of power. Pooh! Mo Shi retreated, coughing out a mouthful of blood. It's you, Lin Fei. Mo Shi stared at the other party. That's right, it's me. Lin Fei laughed. How do my punches taste? Boom, boom, boom. Every punch landed on Mo Shi's body. Even the light shield couldn't stop it. Every punch caused Mo Shi to vomit blood nonstop. Under the attack of a skill, no one could withstand it. Absolute hit increased the damage, penetrating the defense of the technological armor. How can such an attack penetrate? Mo sure kept retreating. Boom, boom, boom. Lin Fei's punches were fast, one punch after another. Each punch wasn't very powerful, but for Mo sure, it was an abnormal, invisible attack. The lightsaber's defense couldn't stop it either. Go, 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 we must go to the battleship. Only a 5th-level battleship can resist such attacks. Mo sure had never seen such a strange and terrifying scene. Lin Fei relied on infinite movement to stop Mo sure from approaching the 5th-level battleship again and again. Your body is so strong. Lin Fei blasted out dozens of punches, but still couldn't kill the other party. He sighed at the defense of the other party's armor. When his skill attacks passed through the armor, they were blocked by layers of defense, consuming a lot of energy. The remaining power was also limited. This was also very terrifying. Let's see how long you can last. Lin Fei kept moving, blasting out punch after punch. Governor Lin, are you going to start a war with the mercenaries? Mo sure was really anxious. He was only one step away from the 5th-level battleship. But this step was like a chasm. Although he was wearing armor, his injuries were very serious. Soon he couldn't hold on anymore. He was seriously injured again and again, on the verge of collapse. But once he entered the 5th-level battleship, it would be different. By relying on the defense of the 5th-level battleship, he could leave this place, no matter what. Die! Lin Fei came behind Mo sure and punched Mo sure's back. Layers of power erupted. This punch was even stronger. After the light shield shook, cracks appeared on its surface. Kacha, 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 kacha. Go! A figure appeared above Mo sure's head, ripped open space, and disappeared without a trace. Lin Fei didn't chase. The other party was too fast. That didn't seem to be an essence spirit, but its speed is shockingly fast. Lin Fei thought to himself, I wanted to kill him and interrogate him for some information about the universe. What a waste. It's over, it's over. Qin Shan's sect leader turned and ran. Qin Shan's sect leader knew how strong Mo sure was. Now that he was chased away by Lin Fei, even 10 of him wouldn't be his match. If he didn't leave, he would just want to die. Qin Shan, you colluded with the mercenaries and betrayed the Vatican. Don't even think about leaving today. Winless sect leader charged out to stop Qin Shan, sect leader. Kill. Qin Shan, sect leader, charged forward. 5th-level battleship. Lin Fei collected the 2 Class 5 warships. Good stuff. If Mo sure was on the 5th-level battleship, Lin Fei wouldn't be able to attack. Once he did, the 5th-level battleship would be damaged too. If it was damaged in such a place, who could he find to repair it? Lin Fei really wanted to thank them for holding the ceremony and giving up his greatest advantage. This was also the reason why he could kill them. Lin Fei didn't attack Windless sect leader and Qin Shan's sect leader as their strength was similar. Now that Qin Shan's sect leader was scared out of his wits, his strength was naturally affected. He was destined to lose. Lin Fei attacked again. His attacking methods are really evil. Even though they weren't unfamiliar with Lin Fei's name, each time they saw him, they would feel helpless. Chapter 35:27. Mo sure was chased away. The mercenaries were completely wiped out. Qin Shan's sect leader was captured by the Windless sect leader in less than a day. After destroying the mercenaries' fighting power, Lin Fei personally killed his way in. Everywhere he went, everyone surrendered. No one dared to resist. The Vatican's upper echelons that were imprisoned were released. Among them were some of Lin Fei's old acquaintances. Due to Mo sure's actions, the Vatican suffered heavy losses. After settling the matter, Lin Fei left the Vatican. Damn Lin Fei! What kind of attack does he have? Mo sure was the size of a fist. He turned into a beam of light and flew away. This was his second primordial spirit. It was taken over and used to save his life. Over the years, he rarely used it. Now that I have lost all my treasures, my strength is greatly affected. I must immediately inform the mercenaries to come over. Mo sure regretted not being on the warship. If he had the warship, he wouldn't be in such a sorry state. As long as the mercenaries come, the Vatican will still be weak. Mo sure wanted to make a great contribution, but he didn't expect to be defeated. He even paid a heavy price. Mo sure was furious. The windless sect leader temporarily took the position of the first sect leader. He began a cleansing operation. All of Qin Shan's men were wiped out. The windless sect leader did not kill them but locked them up. Keeping them alive was better than killing them. After a few days, the windless sect leader finally settled the Vatican's internal affairs. Governor Lin, sorry for the disturbance. The windless sect leader brought unnatural to the sacred body mountain. Sit. Lin Fei smiled. The leader of the windless cult was now very polite to Lin Fei. This time, thanks to Governor Lin, I was able to calm the turmoil in the Vatican. The windless sect leader did not sit, but slightly bowed. I would like to invite Governor Lin to become the first sect leader of the Vatican in the entire universe. Only you can be the first sect leader. Lin Fei could tell that the other party was sincere. Now he had no interest in the Vatican, even if it was the position of sect master. He would leave Universe 9 once the origin land was over. I'm not interested in the position of cult master right now. Besides, if I were to go, many people would feel uncomfortable. Lin Fei shook his head. I think it's pretty good right now. You don't have to say anything else. I'll still help if I can. Despite knowing that this would happen, the unwindy cult master still sighed after hearing it. The identity of the sect master. Many people were jealous of his status, but they couldn't get it. Lin Fei rejected him just like that. The windless cult master knew that it was impossible to pull Lin Fei into their organization. Governor Lin, I can understand that you don't want to be the leader, but you must accept this gift. The windless cult leader took out a box. If you don't accept it, I won't leave. The windless hierarch started to throw a tantrum. Lin Fei didn't know whether to laugh or cry. You're the sect master after all. Can't you act a little more? I can accept the gift. Lin Fei accepted the item. Forget about the rest. Yes, yes. The windless hierarch nodded repeatedly. Don't worry about what I've promised. The windless hierarch quickly left the sacred body mountain with unnatural. Lin Fei could more or less guess what the windless hierarch was thinking. The current Vatican was in trouble. If he was there, it would be completely different. The mercenary Mosher was well equipped, but he was still not as good as him. Who wouldn't be afraid when his body was destroyed? He opened the box. There was a talisman in the box, flickering with Jingguang. Extraordinary. Lin Fei thought to himself. He grabbed the talisman and looked at it. This is a secret technique. The Vatican's #1 secret technique. When Lin Fei received the message from the talisman, he was greatly startled, not daring to believe it. The Vatican sent me this thing. Lin Fei had experienced the Vatican's #1 secret technique. Even a Class 5 warship was damaged by one slash. What kind of power was that? Lin Fei was very interested in this secret technique. He continued looking at it. Who would have thought that this is a secret technique that amplifies one's strength? I can control the energy of the array, and the power of one slash isn't any weaker than a peak 10th level cosmos god. Lin Fei was surprised. This secret technique has a requirement on the strength of the fleshy body. That immortal sword religious master is most likely no longer around. Currently, there isn't anyone in the Vatican who could execute this heaven-shocking sword anymore. Lin Fei knew why the windless hierarch sent this secret technique over. Interesting. After the internal chaos of the Vatican ended, the battleships left behind by the mercenaries were taken away by Lin Fei. Other than a single Class 5 warship, it was left outside the Vatican becoming a terrifying existence. Who? A stream of light came from afar. It's me, Lin Fei. Lin Fei passed through the Vatican. Windless hierarch flew out from the Vatican. Governor Lin. Governor Lin. Currently, nobody doubted Lin Fei's strength anymore. Many in the Vatican were still grateful to Lin Fei. In a quiet courtyard, the servants retreated. Governor Lin, speak your mind. Windless hierarch took the initiative to say, after the Iron Veins Hall and Amosher's mercenaries, the overall strength of the Vatican was greatly affected. Just the hierarch alone had lost 70 to 80% of the hierarch. Those chosen by religious Master Qinshan could not be counted. Be it in terms of experience or strength, they could not reach the standard of a hierarch. Before the ground of origin closed, the biggest reliance of the Vatican was Lin Fei. This was also the reason why he took the initiative to send the heaven-shocking sword secret technique. Actually, it's nothing much. The ground of origin is about to open, and the mercenaries have retreated. Nobody can guarantee that others won't act. I have decided to stay in the Vatican for a period of time until I realize the opening. Windless hierarch was delighted. Good. 100 years passed in a flash. During this 100 years, there were people who acted, yet they were all killed by Lin Fei. He even used the heaven-shocking sword, scaring everyone into keeping their thoughts in check. This sword was extremely terrifying. All kinds of thoughts disappeared along with the sword. Bang! On this day, on a desolate desert in the eternal universe, a huge divine mountain appeared. A vast and boundless abyss-like aura spread across the entire universe. Many gazes were directed over. The ground of origin has appeared. Let's go. The powerhouses rushed over. For this day, they had waited for a few hundred years. During this time, they had even lost some people. In the sky, streams of light flowed like rainbows. In a certain forest, a green-clothed man who was meditating opened his eyes. Sword come. A sword rushed out from the ground. Ground of origin, I'm coming. It flew through the sky. In a restaurant, an old man who drank every day looked so drunk that he could collapse at any moment. As the aura appeared, he instantly woke up. He grabbed the gourd and gulped down mouthfuls of it before leaving the restaurant. It's finally here. On this day, countless hidden powerhouses from the outside showed themselves. Terrifying auras appeared one after another. They shocked everyone again and again. Chapter 35:28. On the desert, a faintly discernible mountain was floating. Rings of light spread outwards, forming a halo of light. I can't charge in. This halo is quite formidable. The halo will absorb our attacks. On the desert, many figures were blocked by the halo. Their eyes were filled with unwillingness. The origin ground required the strength of a cosmos god to enter. At this moment, those who gathered here were all cosmos gods, of which there were quite a few armored warriors who came from outside the cosmos. The native cosmos gods from the eternal cosmos had subconsciously distanced themselves. These experts from outside the cosmos were not easy to deal with. The Holy Church is here. Space fluctuated. A grade 5 warship rushed out, bringing with it an enormous wave that tore through the void. The mercenaries have really helped us a lot. The moment the grade 5 warship appeared, the experts from outside the cosmos inhaled inwardly. If not for the mercenaries, the Holy Church would not have such a huge improvement in strength even though it was borrowed. A grade 5 warship could intimidate cosmos gods. Nobody could resist against the might of a warship. What made everyone remember was that Lin Fei had tyrannical techniques that no one could see through. Such an enemy would give anyone a headache. The grade 5 warship arrived near the sacred mountain. Many figures flew out. The leading one was Windless Cult Master. Behind him were the group of higher-ups. Other than that, there was another person who appeared that startled everyone. It was none other than Lin Fei. This time, Lin Fei came with them precisely to complete the mission smoothly. That Lin Fei prefecture master is here. He looks ordinary. It is ordinary that is frightening. The moment Lin Fei arrived, everyone felt their hearts tightening. Even the mercenaries suffered a huge loss, much less them. It was better for them to be careful. Windless Cult Master, since all of you are here, can you open the origin ground so that everyone can enter? Unless all of you are thinking of enjoying it alone. On a warship, a black-robed old man said nonchalantly, "This is Cosmos 8, Black Tiger Great Demon." Windless Cult Master transmitted to Lin Fei. He is extremely strong. He is a peak level 8 Cosmos God and could fight against a level 9 Cosmos God. Those at level 7 and above were all great experts. Usually it was very difficult to raise one level. Black Tiger was an extremely famous expert in the multiverse. As soon as this person spoke, everyone's expression changed. The origin ground was their last hope. No one could stop them from entering. The current Vatican was no longer what it used to be. Windless Hierarch, the origin ground belongs to everyone. I don't think they dare. The leader of the Windless cult had expected this. Who asked the church to be so easily bullied? They had no power. Persimmons would naturally pick the soft ones. The Vatican was undoubtedly a pushover. If he didn't choose now, when would he? Everyone, the land of origin, has appeared in the eternal universe. The Vatican will naturally open its doors. Your worries are unnecessary, the Windless cult leader said loudly. Everyone was relieved. Embezzlement? They did not think that the Vatican had the ability to do so. Even if Lin Fei was included, the result would be the same. At least he knows his place. As long as we go in, the Vatican can step aside. Currently, the strongest expert in the Holy Church is Windless Religious Master. He is at the 9th level Cosmos God Realm and is considered ordinary amongst those at the 9th level. At that time, no one will be able to stop us from snatching the treasure. All of them had different gazes. The excitement between their brows could not be concealed. Governor Lin, quite a few experts have come this time. There are 12 9th level Cosmos gods. The Windless cult leader transmitted, of which the strongest should be the Heaven Suppression Sect's Cosmos God by Lang. He is extremely close to the peak 9th level Cosmos God realm. This person whom the Windless cult leader was wary of was garbed in white. Waves were surging around him, and an enormous oceanic world was faintly discernible. Governor Lin, this time, you just have to help us find that treasure. The Windless cult leader continued. We aren't the strongest opponent this time. I doubt they will act against us. If the origin ground appeared elsewhere, it would definitely be a huge enemy. But in this Cosmos 9, it seemed extremely weak. A religious master like the Windless cult leader wasn't that eye-catching. As long as we find the treasure, I'll do my best. Lin Fei said, Open. The Windless cult leader summoned a treasure. This was a sword-shaped key. The sword from beyond the heavens pierced through the light halos that obstructed everyone before flying into the void illusion God Mountain. The light halo around the God Mountain began dissipating. Success. We can enter soon. The origin ground. This old man has finally arrived. The light halo disappeared. The experts present could feel the horrifying suppression released by the origin ground. Everyone could feel how extraordinary the origin ground was. Half an hour later, the halo disappeared without a trace. It seemed they could enter at any time. Ha ha ha! This old man will be entering first. With a loud laughter, a figure rushed out. He turned into a stream of light and rushed towards the origin ground. Just as this figure entered the original light halo, he was forced out. He stopped in midair. A bolt of lightning struck down, followed by the second and third. This old man does not want to die. Yet another bolt of lightning struck the body of this person. After a miserable scream, He fell down from the sky. A pseudo-cosmos god wants to barge in? He is simply reckless. A demonic wind lifted the black tiger great demon as he flew towards the origin ground. Hong Hong Hong. That is the god lightning of the origin ground. It has the power of a cosmos god. Those who can't withstand it will die. Someone snorted. Let's go too. Windless religious master entered personally. That treasure had to be brought back. Nothing could go wrong. Lin Fei nodded. Let's go. So. The few of them rushed into the god lightning region. Indeed, god lightning struck down. It was incredibly powerful and brought along a destructive aura. Being cosmos gods, they did not feel any pressure at all. They brought out their treasures and passed through the region. It was simpler for Lin Fei. He simply carried the god lightning with his fleshy body. The entire process did not take long. The moment they stepped into the origin ground, everyone felt their bodies sinking. A boundless suppression reached deep into their souls. Go! The cosmos gods flew in all directions. There were also some who flew forward. In the blink of an eye, everyone was gone. By the time Lin Fei and windless religious master entered, they could not see a single person, especially a level 9 cosmos god. This place is filled with danger. We have to be careful. Windless religious master reminded. The group of people flew at a low altitude. This time, the Holy Church sent windless religious master and 3 other level 2 cosmos gods. Such a formation was indeed weak. Fortunately, there was Lin Fei. No matter what, he was considered weak. Religious master, look ahead. A few people appeared in front of them and were attacking a treasure.